Hi, folks. It's good to be here today. I've watched you play, kid. You're pretty good out there. All right, then. If we're gonna win, we gotta play. Well, then, let's go get 'em, champ. Now, why in the world would you do that? All right, now, what's wrong with this picture? With the kind of speed and power I've got, I'm always a threat at home plate and all 3 of the bases out there. You need to go up there to the mound and strike 'em out, plain and simple. And I'll tell you what, you gotta throw some pitches if you want to get those strikes. It's not easy, though. Well, I've had a good season offensively, but defensively I had a bit of trouble. Yesterday, when I slid into home plate to score the game-winning run, I tore my pants. But you can't see that from where you're sitting. Ha! You see, baseball is all about your frame of mind, so you gotta prepare for each and every game and every single play. You want to make sure you've got your lucky nickel or your lucky socks on. If you need to tug on your jersey or your cap between plays, tug it a few times, just to make sure. Back when I was a rookie, I used to get nervous with all the players razzing me, but most of it is good-natured. And the rest of it, well, those guys can pretty much just listen up when my bat starts talking. Ha ha! You gotta stick to the basics out here. Write that down. Now that's how the put-out works. Did you see that bad hop? Looks like a base hit to me. That was one heck of a tricky play. Where did my luck go? Did you see the legs on that ball? That wasn't bad at all. Looking good. Nice hustle. That's the way you do it. I think you're missing the point of wearing a glove. If you don't think you can make the play, use both hands. Hey, now where's the continuity over there? Now this is where I have to ask, just how good are your fundamentals? And that's how that gets done. Did you have the proper angle on that play, Blue? Now I'm gonna show you how to hit the ball, so keep your ears open. All right, now listen up and you'll get to see that sweet, sweet swing. I think someone else has been using my bat. I probably should have worn both pairs of lucky socks. Okay, I think I know why that looked like a strike. Pretty sure I would have swung if that was near the plate, but I won't contest it. Hey, ump, was that low or outside? Now that's just poor sportsmanship. I guess my luck just wasn't in. Well, we're gonna have to call that a simple mix-up. You know what? I would have done the same thing if I was you. Ha ha! Sometimes you gotta take what you get and make it work for you. I'll take the walk instead of hogging all the RBIs. You know, if you want to keep me off the bases, you gotta throw at least 3 strikes. Look there! Now you see the way that ball is spinning? It's a beautiful thing. Now, if you're not hitting the ball well, you don't get to see many of those. Don't make the mistake of thinking that I'm just a pretty swing. Hang on a second, fellas. I'm not lucky yet. Okay, I think that's it. Was that high or inside? Or too far out? Was it too low? This is a rough stretch, Skipper. I think you're gonna need a lefty out here. Getting kinda shaky out here, Skip. You better start thinking of making a change. Thanks, folks. You've been a great crowd. Hooray! Hey! Terrific! Oh! Well now, how about that? Ha ha ha! Well, that's just great! Excellent! Hip hip hooray! Mercy me! 3 cheers! Let's go, Blue! Let's go, Red! Let's go, White! Let's go, Yellow! Let's go, Green! Let's go, Orange! Let's go, Pink! Let's go, Purple! Hooray! Yes! Ha! Oof! Whoops! Uh-oh, I'm speechless. Completely without words. Well, I'll be awestruck. Did you see that? Whoops! Oops! Little collision there. Shucks, I'm disappointed. Well, darn it. Oh, dear. Well, all right. That was, in general, a good play. We need more of those. Hey, folks! Hey there! How exciting! I haven't been this excited since my last home run. It's an exciting day today. Thanks, Sonny. Good to be here. Hiya, Sonny. Howdy do, Sonny. Hey there, Sonny. And a good day to you, Sonny. Heidi-ho, Sonny. Hey there, folks. Hiya, folks. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hello. Howdy. Hi there. Hey there, folks. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sonny. Well, hello there. We got some kind of crowd here today, I tells ya. And a big hello to all the little leaguers in the house. And a big hello to my Uncle Donald, who turns 104 years old today. Happy birthday, and a big hello to my pet hamster Arnold, who turns 4 years old today. Happy birthday, Arnold! I am so pumped up to see some baseball today, I tell you what. Man, is this a great day for baseball or what? On a day like today, your mind fills with stolen bases and pop flies, bats, balls, and mitts. Folks, it's a great day for the game. When you get right down to it, folks, there's nothing like baseball, and we're in for a heck of a game here today. When you say baseball, that can only mean one thing, folks. A small, white, leather-bound sphere with 108 red stitches. No matter how you slice it, baseball is the best kind of all-American pie. It's always great to be here at the boardwalk. I love everything about the junkyard. Except the smell. You know, they got real gators here, Sonny. And they're sure to be a factor in today's game. You know, Sonny, with that short right field fence, Frazier's Field is a favorite for left-hand hitters. Wheeler's Park is what you call a pitcher's park, Sonny. That tall grass out there makes it tough to score runs. It's great to be back here at Steel Stadium. I hit into my first inning-ending double play here. Desert Buttes is definitely a pitcher's park, Sonny. I mean, you'd have to hit it a mile to even have a chance of getting it out of here. All I can say is, let's hope nobody hits a ball out of this place. Otherwise, we might be swimming back to shore. Good old Playground Commons. I hit into my first triple play here. Ah, memories. H.E. Memorial. I love this place. These two teams are fierce opponents. This should be fun, Sonny. There's no love lost between these two teams, Sonny. Both these teams play real hard-nosed baseball, which is what I likes to see. Both of these here teams are composed of players that know how to play. What you got here is one team that wants to win and another that wants to stop them from winning. If this series was any closer, it'd be behind us. This series is all knotted up like my old man's tie. This series is just about as close as you can get. If this series was any closer, both the teams would be on the same side. Mark my words, Sonny. Whoever wins today is going to the Backyard World Series. Both these teams are going to be going at it tooth and nail to get to the Backyard World Series. The team that wins this game will be going to the Backyard World Series. The winner today gets a one-way ticket to the Backyard World Series. This one's a one-horse race, Sonny. This series hasn't even been close. This has been one lopsided series, Sonny. This series is almost over, Sonny. Can close it out here today. Can win the series here today. Can win the series here today. Can close out the series here today. Can close it out here today with the win. These guys won it all last season. These guys are the champs. These guys won the championship last year. These guys are the reigning champs. And they'll be looking to repeat again this year. And everybody knows it. And everybody's gonna be gunning for them. So they've got a big old target on their back. These guys have the potential to go all the way this year, Sonny. But it takes more than potential to be champs. These guys are looking to have a good year, Sonny. These guys are looking to have an outstanding year, Sonny. These guys have all the tools to be a contender this year. This team has skilled players at every position. If they can come together as a team, there's no telling what they could do. This team's got all the talent in the world, Sonny. Let's see if they can use it. This team's got a lot of talented kids, Sonny, so there's no telling how far they might go. These kids are loaded with talent, Sonny, but it takes more than talent to get to the top. This team may not have the most talent, but they've got a lot of spunk. This team is gonna have to rely on pure guts today, Sonny. This team may not be the most talented, but they play well as a team. There's no me on this team, Sonny. These guys are all about the teamwork. These guys are unstoppable, Sonny. Unstoppable. If these guys win all their games, they got a good chance at being undefeated. You know, Sonny, these guys are undefeated. And if you're undefeated, that means you don't lose too often. Not only are these guys undefeated, Sonny, but they haven't lost a game all season. If these kids can win the rest of their games, they should win the division easily. These guys are playing like the real deal, Sonny. This team is showing the rest of the division how it's done. These kids are playing like division leaders, Sonny. These guys have already won the division, so they can just kick back here, drink a tall, cool glass of 110% juice, and wait for the playoffs. That's 110% juice, kids. Ask for it by name. This team has already clinched, so this here is just a tune-up game. These guys can just relax today, 'cause they've already clinched the division. These kids can just kick back today, because they've already clinched the division. If these guys can keep playing good baseball, they got a shot at the playoffs. These kids look like playoff material to me, Sonny. These kids got what it takes to make it to the playoffs and beyond. If this team can keep it up, they could be headed to the playoffs. These guys have been hot and cold all season. They need to figure out if they want to be the haves or the have-nots. These kids need to step it up here if they want to make the playoffs. These kids are playing some mediocre baseball, Sonny. And mediocre doesn't cut it in this league. I think this team needs to start playing better soon, or they can kiss the playoffs bye-bye. These guys need to start winning some games if they want any kind of shot at the playoffs. These kids need to start playing better right away, or they'll miss the playoffs. This team has not played very well this season, Sonny. They need to turn it on right now if they want a chance at the playoffs. If these kids want to make a playoff run, they'd better start running right now. These guys better start winning, or else they'll be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Now wait, they are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Never mind. This team did their best, but in the end, they just weren't playoff material. These kids are going to go out there and play for pride today, Sonny. Because really, that's all they got left. This team might be playing for a playoff spot today if they hadn't already been mathematically eliminated. Sonny, I've decided not to eat my vegetables until these guys win a game. It's just my personal way of showing support for the team. Sonny, I've decided I will not bathe until this team wins a game. That's just my way of showing support for these kids. Sonny, I've decided I'm going on a hunger strike for this team. That's right. Until this team wins a game, I will not eat anything. Except for ice cream. Sonny, I've decided that I will not change my underwear until this team wins a game. It's just my small way of showing support for these kids. This team is at a point in the season where not winning is not an option. These guys gotta win this one, Sonny, or it's adios season. These kids need to win here, Sonny, or they pack their bags and go home on the next bus. Unless, of course, they live in this neighborhood. Then they just walk home. It's simple, Sonny. If these kids lose today, their season is history. This is a classic duel between division rivals, Sonny. They've got a chance to put the hurt on the division leaders today, Sonny, and make up some ground to boot. This team has a chance today to see how they measure up to the division leaders. This team could make up some ground in their division with a win today. These kids could move up the ladder a notch with the win today. They've got a real test here tonight against a tough team. This team has a chance today to see how they measure up to a division leader. This team has a chance today to see how tough the other division is. These kids are in for quite a game with these division leaders here. Every single game is important, Sonny. And this one here is no exception. You gotta play every game like it's the World Series, Sonny. And today's game is no exception. If these kids can stay focused today, I think they got a good chance. You know what, Sonny? You win a game here, you win a game there, suddenly you're on top of the world. Well, it all starts with today's game. You know what, Sonny? You win a game here, you win a game there, suddenly you're on top of the world. Well, it all starts with today's game. The real season starts now, Sonny. Good teams know how to turn it up a notch in the playoffs, Sonny. So we'll see what kind of team we got here today. A win today, and it's hello second round. Let's see if these guys can close out the series here today. These kids gotta put game one behind them and come out fresh today. These kids were embarrassed in game one, so they've got something to prove here today. These kids are gonna try and make a statement here in game one, Sonny. History shows that the team that wins game one usually wins the series. Unless they lose the next two. This team doesn't want to see a game three. They want to close it out right here. If they win here today, they're headed to the series. Nuff said. After losing game one, they gotta be feeling the pressure. It's do or die here today, Sonny. This is it, Sonny. Win and move on. Lose and it's adios, amigo. The pressure's on both teams in a deciding game like the one we got here. This has been a pretty even series so far. But there can only be one victor. Both these teams here have shown they can beat the other, So we'll see what's what after this one's said and done. We'll see if this Cinderella can make it all the way to the ballpark here. Some folks'll tell you that it's a victory in itself to make it to the finals. But we know that both these teams want to win the big one. They played hard in the first game, but they're here 0-1, hoping to change their luck for the better. These guys may have lost game 1, but luckily this is a 5-game series. Well, these guys won the all-important game 1. So let's see if they can win the all-important game 2. Well, these guys looked pretty good in the first game. Let's see if they can build on that in game 2 here. These kids definitely have the momentum in the series now, Sonny. These sluggers have a commanding 2-game lead in the series and can close it out here today. Wow, it's a tall order to come back after dropping the first 2, but who knows? Anything can happen in this game. These kids might be down 2 games, Sonny, but they ain't out. No way, no how. Well, this series could still go either way, Sonny. But this game should help sort things out. A win here is good for momentum, but over the long haul, it's all up for grabs. To take the series, you've got to win the most games. So today's game is certainly important to both of these teams. You know it's a game like this one that tests both teams. It's not a deciding game, but it's a big chance for one team to turn up the heat. Wow! This is it, Sonny. Whoever wins today will be crowned backyard baseball champion of the whole wide world. Woo-wee! It doesn't get any bigger than this, Sonny. Game 5 for the backyard baseball championship. Wow! Well, these guys had a season to forget last year, so let's forget it and move on. These guys had a lousy season last year. Enough said. These guys made an early exit in the playoffs last year, so they gotta be thinking about that as they start the new season. These kids didn't get too far in the playoffs last season, so they're looking to improve on that this year. Well, these kids made a pretty good showing in the playoffs last year, but I'm sure they got bigger goals this season. These kids had a taste of the playoffs last year, but this year I'm sure they want the whole buffet. Well, it seems like just yesterday our team was crowned backyard baseball champions of the world. But now's a new day and a new season, and there's a whole lot of teams out there just itching to knock off the champs. These kids won it all last season, Sonny. What's left for this year, you ask? How about a repeat? This team won probably the most exciting backyard baseball World Series of all time last season. It's gonna be tough to top that magical season these kids had last year, but I'm sure they're gonna do their best. These kids are coming off a Cinderella season, Sonny, but Cinderella's gone home now, and they're gonna have to win it by themselves this year. Last year, these guys came within 1 game of the championship, so you know they're gonna be scratching to get back to the series this season. These kids came within an eyelash of the championship last year, so this season, they're gonna try and get the whole thing. As everybody knows, these guys have never won a championship. Never. Ever. Never. Will they break the curse this year? Who knows? These kids are still looking for their first championship, Sonny. Maybe they'll find it this year. These guys are like some kind of dynasty or something. They're one of the all-time greats, Sonny. This team is what you call a dynasty, Sonny. They just keep on winning and winning and winning and winning until somebody finally says, enough already with the winning. Last season was a rebuilding year for these guys, but they've improved a lot and are looking to make a run this year. Last season was a rebuilding year for this squad, but everybody's hoping that all the construction is over. The teams are looking good out there. Lots of good play out there. These teams are really putting on a show, Sonny. Both these teams are really giving it their best, Sonny. What a game, eh, Sonny? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm just glad to be here. I love this game, Sonny. It's moments like this that make me glad I retired. On April 26, 1995, the Angels set a team record for largest attendance on opening day with 51,145. On September 14th, 1978, the Angels set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 13 in the ninth versus the Texas Rangers. On May 12th, 1997, versus the Chicago Cubs, they duplicated their own record during the 7th. In 2000, Troy Glaus hit 47 dingers for the Angels. That's a whole lot of dingers. About 100 years ago, when Bob Uecker played for the Major League Braves, he once shagged fly balls with a tuba. You know, the Braves used to be called the Bean Eaters. Bean Eaters. Did you know that the Braves organization is the only 3-city franchise from either league to play in the Fall Classic while representing 3 different cities? You know, Sonny, The Major League Diamondbacks have a swimming pool behind their right field fence. I kid you not. On August 26, 1999, the Arizona Diamondbacks scored a team record 9 runs during one inning versus the Florida Marlins. Did you know that Luis Gonzalez hit for the cycle on July 5, 2000? Hitting for the cycle means that you hit a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in one game. The Orioles once had a pitcher named Mike Cuellar who was really superstitious. He always had to eat Chinese food before he pitched. And on game days, he'd dress in blue from head to toe. Blue shirt, blue pants, blue shoes, the works. He even drove a blue car. He was a pretty decent pitcher, so I guess it worked. On July 27, 1969, the Baltimore Orioles set their team record for runs scored during a shutout with 17 versus the New York Yankees. On April 4, 1988, the Baltimore Orioles set their team record for attendance during an opening day game with 52,395 fans. You know, Sonny, ever since the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth, they haven't won a World Series. They call it the curse of the Bambino. Did you know that the first person to hit a ball over the green monster in Fenway Park was Hugh Bradley in 1912? However, at the time, the wall was 25 feet high and covered with advertisements. I think my all-time favorite Red Sox player is Carl Yastrzemski. He had some fantastic sideburns. The Cubs once had a guy named Lou Novikov. Folks called him the Mad Russian. Story goes that he'd only play well if his wife was yelling at him. She'd be sitting in the stands behind home plate and yell, "Boo! Strike the bum out!" And whammo! He'd hit a homer. You know, before they were the Cubs, this team used to be called the Orphans. Apparently, they got adopted by a family of bears. During the 1894 season, Bill Dalen set the franchise record for longest hitting streak when he connected successfully in 42 consecutive games. The White Sox once had a midget play for them. He only had one at-bat and he walked. Turns out the pitchers couldn't find his strike zone. Did you know that the Chicago White Sox, then called the White Stockings, won the first pennant in American League history? It's funny. They're called the White Sox, and yet their socks are rarely white. The Reds' Dave Concepcion once got ejected for blowing kisses at the umpire. Some guys just can't take a compliment. The Reds used to be called the Big Red Machine when they won back-to-back World Series titles in 1975 and 1976. You know, these guys used to be called the Red Stockings, then the Reds, then the Red Legs, and finally the Reds again in 1959. In 1919, Slim Caldwell was struck by lightning while pitching for the Indians. After they woke him up, he finished the game to pick up the victory. They don't make 'em like that anymore, Sonny. You know, from 1905 to 1914, the Indians used to be called the Naps. I feel like a nap right now. The Indians last won the World Series back in 1948. Wow, I think that was even before video games. You know, Sonny, the air is so thin at Coors Field that almost any fly ball you hit travels out of the park. Even I could hit a homer there. On September 20th, 1998, the Rockies set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 11 in the 7th inning versus the San Diego Padres. On April 9th, 1993, the Rockies set a team record for attendance on an opening day with over 80,000. The Tigers had a pitcher named Dizzy Trout. He was always doing crazy stuff. He once pitched from a wheelbarrow. Did you know that during their first opening day game back in 1901, the Tigers were trailing 13-4, but rallied in the 9th to win, setting an American League record for largest comeback on opening day. The Tigers last won the World Series back in 1984. Wow! Did they have TV back then? Former Astros pitcher Joe Niekro only hit one home run in his entire career. It was off his brother, Hall of Fame pitcher Phil Niekro. On May 30th, 1976, the Houston Astros set a team record for hits during a game with 25 versus the Atlanta Braves. 2 months later, on July 2nd, the Astros duplicated this feat versus the Cincinnati Reds. On May 31st, 1975, the Houston Astros set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 12 in the 8th versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Former Royal Freddie Patek, a height-impaired shortstop, once said he'd rather be the shortest player in the major leagues than the tallest in the minors. You tell him, Freddie. The Kansas City Royals played their first major league game on April 8th, 1969. Their opponent was Minnesota, and they defeated the Twins 4-3 at Municipal Stadium. The Royals' first star player was a young buck by the name of Lou Piniella, who won Rookie of the Year in 1969. The Dodgers had a lot of great pitchers, but none better than Sandy Koufax. Somebody once said trying to get a hit off Koufax was like trying to drink coffee with a fork. The Bridegrooms changed their name to the Dodgers in 1898. However, Bridesmaids might have been a better name due to 7 second-place finishes and 7 World Series appearances, all losses. Did you know that the Los Angeles Dodgers have had more Rookie of the Year recipients than any other franchise and hold the record for the most consecutive honorees with 5? In 1970, a 69-year-old man dressed as Bernie Brewer climbed to the top of the Brewers Stadium scoreboard and vowed not to come down until the team drew a crowd of 40,000 for a game. 2.5 weeks later, the Brewers got a crowd of 40,000, and Bernie Brewer finally came down. When the Brewers moved from the American League to the National League in 1997, they became the first team in Major League history to make such a crossover. Most Brewers fans know that Robin Yount played the most seasons for the franchise, 19, from 1974 to 1993. One time, in a game against the Twins, Dave King Kong Kingman hit a pop-up that went through the Teflon roof of the Metrodome. On October 11th, 1900, Washington, D.C. was awarded a franchise in the soon-to-be American League. This franchise was the Washington Senators, who 6 decades later became the modern-day Minnesota Twins. Did you know in the 12 home World Series games that the Minnesota Twins have played in, they only lost once at the hands of Sandy Koufax? Former Expo first baseman Ron Fairley was such a crummy fielder, he once told his teammates they'd be better off rolling the ball to him instead of throwing it. On July 30th, 1978, the Montreal Expos set a team record for hits in a game with 28 versus the Atlanta Braves. On May 7th, 1997, the Montreal Expos set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 13 in the 6th, versus the San Francisco Giants. The 1962 Mets lost a record 120 games. You know, you gotta try pretty hard to be that bad. Former Mets manager Casey Stengel once said, "Managing is getting paid for home runs someone else hits." I like that. On May 26, 1964, the New York Mets set a team record for hits in a game with 24 versus the Chicago Cubs. You know, Sonny, former Yankee Reggie Jackson once said, "Fans don't boo nobodies." I think he's got a point. I've never been booed in my life. On September 28, 1923, the New York Yankees set a team record for hits during a game with 30 versus the Boston Red Sox. On July 6, 1920, the New York Yankees set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 14 in the 5th versus the Washington Senators. The A's were known as the Mustache Gang in the early 70s when owner Charlie Finley paid his players to grow facial hair. The only thing I can grow on my face is a milk mustache. On June 14, 1969, the Oakland Athletics set a team record for hits during a game with 25 versus the Boston Red Sox. On July 5, 1996, the Oakland Athletics set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 13 versus the California Angels in the 1st. Philly fans are pretty rough. Mike Schmidt said they would even boo Santa Claus. The great James Michener once wrote, "Garland them with timeless lilies. Although they are a bunch of dillies who give honest men the willies, we still love them for their sillies. Hail the Phillies." Did you know that the Phillies team nickname is one of the oldest still in continuous use by any major league team? Before a game once, one of the Pirates players said, "I wish they wouldn't play that song. Every time they play it, we lose." Unfortunately for him, the song was the Star-Spangled Banner. You know, the Pirates used to be called the Alleghenies. Boy, that's a mouthful. You know, the Pirates last won the World Series in 1979, behind the bat of the great Willie Stargell. The Cardinals have some of the most loyal fans in baseball. One fan was called the Horse Lady. She'd sit behind home plate, and whenever the opposition was up to bat, she'd whinny like a horse really, really loud. She used to drive those poor guys crazy. You know, Sonny, I think baseball needs more horse ladies. You know, the Cardinals' first manager was named Gabby Street. I knew a kid once that lived on Gabby Street. You know, the first Cardinal to win Rookie of the Year was the great Wally Moon, back in 1954. Back in the 70s, the Padres used to wear these orange and brown striped polyester uniforms. Steve Garvey said he felt like a taco. On April 19, 1982, the Padres set a team record for hits during a game with 24 versus the San Francisco Giants. On August 24, 1993, The San Diego Padres set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 13 in the first versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Former Giants third baseman Darrell Evans claimed he was visited by a UFO. After his close encounter, he hit 196 homers over the next 6 seasons. Apparently, Sonny, these aliens knew something about baseball. So how did this team become known as the Giants? The real truth might not ever be known, but many sources credit Jim Moutrie, the franchise's first manager, who would often shout, "My big fellas, my Giants." Did you know that when the San Francisco Giants defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers 8-0 on April 15, 1958 at Seals Stadium, it was the first Major League game played on the west coast of the United States? One time, former Mariner Lenny Randle got down on his hands and knees and tried to blow a ground ball foul. It didn't work, but I'll bet that AstroTurf gave him rug burns. In 2001, the Mariners won a record 116 games. On September 3rd, 1981, the Seattle Mariners set a team record for hits during a game with 24 versus the Boston Red Sox. You know, Tropicana Field went through 8 years of tractor pulls before it came the home of the Devil Rays back in '98. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays played their first Major League game on March 31st, 1998. Their opponent was the Detroit Tigers, who quickly took an 11-0 lead before the Devil Rays attempted a rally only to lose 11-6. During the 2000 season, a new $3 million part artificial turf, the first of its kind, was installed in the Devil Rays Tropicana Field to reduce injuries. You know, former Ranger Burley Grimes was the last major leaguer to throw a spitball before it was outlawed. On April 2nd, 1998, the Texas Rangers set a team record for hits during a game with 23 versus the White Sox. On April 19th, 1996, the Texas Rangers set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 16 in the 8th versus the Baltimore Orioles. You know, former Blue Jays pitcher Pat Henkin wrote poetry. It's true. He's what you call a Renaissance baseball player. On July 20th, 1984, the Toronto Blue Jays set a team record for runs scored during an inning with 11 in the 9th versus the Seattle Mariners. On August 9th, 1999, the Toronto Blue Jays set a team record for hits during a game with 25 versus the Texas Rangers. Pop quiz time! Who holds the Major League record for being hit by a pitch the most times in a single season? You are correct. It's former Montreal Expo Ron Hunt, who got hit 50 times back in 1971. Youch, that's gotta hurt. Who holds the Major League record for striking out the most times in a career? Do you know? It's Reggie Jackson, who struck out 2,597 times in his 21-year career. Of course, he also crushed 563 home runs, so I guess he can be forgiven. Who holds the Major League record for throwing the most wild pitches in their career? Answer, Nolan Ryan, who threw 277 wild pitches in his 27 years in the big leagues. Of course, he also struck out a Major League record 5,714 batters in his career. Who holds the Major League record for throwing the most beanballs in one game? Well, you gotta go way back for this one, Sonny. Back in 1897, John Grimes beat 6 guys in one game. Whew, he must have been having a bad day. Pop quiz time. What was the longest game in Major League history? Do you know? It took place on May 9th, 1984. Chicago White Sox versus the Milwaukee Brewers. The game went 25 innings and lasted 8 hours and 6 minutes. Man, I get tired just thinking about it. Who holds the Major League record for most home runs by a teenager? The answer? Boston's Tony Conigliaro, who hit 24 homers before he was 20. This one's for all the old guys out there. Who hit the most home runs in Major League history after turning 40? Answer? Carlton Fisk, who belted 72 dingers after his 40th birthday. Who holds the Major League record for the most inside-the-park home runs in one game? Do you know? If you got this one, you're a true baseball nerd. It's Tom McReary, who hit 3 inside-the-parkers back on July 12th, 1897. Pop quiz time. This one's an easy one. Who holds the Major League record for the most home runs hit in their career? Do you know? Why, it's Hammerin' Hank Aaron, of course, who hit 755 home runs in his career. Pop quiz time! Who holds the Major League record for the most grand slams hit in their career? Do you know? It's the great Lou Gehrig, who smashed 23 grand salamis in his career. You know, Sonny, I just love the boardwalk. They got the best hot dogs here. This boardwalk place really confuses me, Sonny. Sure, there's lots of walking, but where are the boards? I can't believe we're playing baseball in a junkyard. How lucky can you get? This junkyard's great, Sonny. You can find all sorts of weird old stuff here. Yeah, like me. Hey now! Gator Flats is a great ballpark, as long as you don't get too close to the Gators. Ah, Gator Flats. I see the Gators, but where are the flats? Frazier Field is one of my favorite parks, Sonny. Mostly because Mrs. Frazier brings me cookies during the game. I tell you, Sonny, these Fraziers must be living the high life. Check this place out. You know, Sonny, somebody really ought to cut the grass here at Wheeler Acres. I'll do it for $10. You know, Sonny, Wheeler Acres is where the great Pete Wheeler spent his early days learning the game of baseball. Many a summer afternoon he spent out here running around imaginary base pads, just running and running and running and running. You know, Sonny, I just love this humongous memorial stadium. Its concession stand is top rate. You know, Sonny, Humongous Memorial Stadium was originally built in the 1980s to be the world's largest karaoke stage. Unfortunately, the acoustics were horrible, so they turned it into a ballpark. Steele Stadium, of course, is named after the great Ernie Steele, who holds the backyard record for most milk shot out of a nose in a single season. The greatest thing about Steele Stadium is that it's right next door to a swimming pool. In fact, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll go for a dip. Desert Buttes is a great place to play baseball, if you're a cactus. Whenever we come to Desert Buttes, I always forget my sunscreen. I'm gonna look like a lobster when this game's over. This aquadome is incredible. I think I just saw the Loch Ness Monster swim by. This aquadome is really out of sight, Sonny. Now I know what my goldfish feels like. You know, Playground Commons was originally built during the World's Fair back in the 60s. It was intended to be a park and ride for jetpacks, but somehow those things just never caught on. I love coming to Playground Commons, Sonny. There's nothing like being outdoors with nature. One time I saw a squirrel catch a foul ball here. True story. Are really trying their best to improve. They even installed a new pitching machine the other day. Unfortunately, it beat them 4-1. You know, Sonny, it's days like this that make you appreciate the ice-cold, refreshing taste of 110% juice. That's 110% juice, and new 110% juice-free juice, available at fine stores and gas stations everywhere. Sonny, I'd just like to take a moment to remind the fans that this Thursday is bat night, so make sure you all got your rabies shots. Get it? Bats? Rabies? Hoo boy, I got 1,000,000 of them. You know, Sonny, when I think baseball, I think cheese, and when I think cheese, I think 110% cheese. From the makers of 110% juice, it's new 110% cheese, when 100% cheese just isn't enough. Scientists have finally unlocked the powerful flavor of an actual baseball and put it into a stick of gum. Now you can feel the power of a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in your teeth with all new, all-powerful baseball gum. Available at fine supermarkets and hardware stores everywhere. Is this game ever going to end? This is kind of like the song that never ends. This game better end soon. My mom's gonna be mad if I come home late. I think I'm just gonna take a little nap over here. Wake me when it's over, okay? When this game is over, we're gonna look back and it'll be hard to see the beginning. Both teams gave it their best, Sonny, but victory is a single-seat canoe. Both these teams gave it their all, but in the end, only one of them came away with the nachos. You know, Sonny, both of these teams here really gave it their all, but in the end, only one of them came away with the stench of victory. It's a shame there can only be one winner here, but that's the way the soap floats. The Angels flew away with this one. The Orioles flew away with this one. The Red Sox cleaned house today. The White Sox waxed them good. The Indians really clobbered them today. The Tigers devoured them. The Royals crowned them. The Twins made them see double today, I tells ya. The Yankees trounced them. The Athletics annihilated them. The Mariners mauled them today. The Devil Rays demolished them. The Rangers ripped them good today, I tells ya. The Blue Jays put the hurt on them today. The Diamondbacks bit hard today. The Braves left them black and bruised. The Cubs looked like Grizzlies today. The Reds rocked them today. The Rockies buried them. The Marlins mauled them. The Astros were sending them into orbit today. The Dodgers demolished them. The Brewers looked brewtastic today. The Expos really put the hurt on them. The Mets clobbered them today. The Phillies were fantastic today. The Pirates plundered them today. The Padres had some pop in their bats today, I tells ya. The Giants played big today. Big. The Cardinals crushed them. The American League proved it was the dominant league today. The National League proved it was the dominant league today. The Monsters were scary today, Sonny, and I mean that in a good way. The Melonheads were melon-tastic. The Hornets showed their sting today, Sonny. The Maulers mauled them today, Sonny, that's for sure. The Rawhides put the smack down on them today. The Armadillos were armorific today, Sonny. The Roadrunners ran them out of town today, Sonny. The Flytraps caught their opponents by surprise, Sonny. The Coyotes devoured their opponents today, Sonny. The Slugs were sluggerific. This was a solid win for the Angels. The Orioles played a good, hard game today. I thought the Red Sox really looked like contenders out there today, Sonny. The White Sox played their game today, and it paid off. The Indians played hard out there, and it paid off. The Tigers looked great today, Sonny. I thought the Royals played some solid ball today. The Twins played some nice baseball out there today, Sonny. The Yankees really were in control of this game from the first pitch. I liked the way the Athletics played out there today. You know, Sonny, these Mariners always make it look easy. The Devil Rays look good out there, Sonny. And I ain't talking about their haircuts. The Rangers played some nice baseball out there today, Sonny. I really like the way the Blue Jays played today. The Diamondbacks look good today, Sonny. Real good. The Braves played a nice ball game, Sonny. The Cubs were the better team, Sonny. Simple as that. The Reds just outplayed them in every single category, Sonny. The Rockies dictated every aspect of the game, Sonny. The Marlins really put on a good show today, Sonny. The Astros played a solid ball game today, Sonny. I think the Dodgers played great, Sonny. I like what the Brewers did today, Sonny. The Expos look good out there, Sonny. The Mets played some mighty fine baseball today. I liked what I saw from the Phillies today. The Pirates played great today. The Padres looked real comfortable out there today. The Giants took care of business out there today. The Cardinals beat them in a very businesslike manner. The American League proved they were the better league today. The National League proved they were the better league today. The Monsters destroyed everything in their path. The Melonheads look good out there today, Sonny, and I ain't talking about their haircuts. The Hornets showed they know how to win. The Maulers have to be taken seriously after this win, Sonny. The Rawhides played some hard-nosed baseball out there, Sonny. The Armadillos played some great ball, Sonny. The Roadrunners took care of business, Sonny. The Flytraps look good out there, Sonny, and I ain't talking about their haircuts. The Coyotes showed they know what it takes to win in this league. The Slugs were tremendous. The Angels are counting their blessings after this one, Sonny. The Orioles barely squeaked by. The Red Sox got lucky today, I tells ya. The White Sox are lucky to walk away with this one. The Indians got the W, and that's all that counts. It was close, but the Tigers did it. The Royals got lucky today, I tells ya. The Twins barely made it out of this one alive, Sonny. It was close, but the Yankees managed to hang on. The Athletics barely squeaked by. It was close, but somehow the Mariners pulled this one out. The Devil Rays got the W, and that's all that counts. It was close, but the Rangers pulled it off. The Blue Jays barely made it out of this one alive, Sonny. The Diamondbacks are lucky to walk away with this one. It was mighty close, Sonny, but the Braves managed to squeak by. The Cubs barely made it out of this one alive, Sonny. The Reds got the W, and that's all that counts. It was close, but the Rockies pulled it off. The Marlins barely squeaked by. The Astros were lucky to walk away with this one. The Dodgers got lucky today, I tells ya. The Brewers barely made it out of this one alive, Sonny. This one was a nail-biter, but the Expos come away with one. It was close, but the Mets pulled it off. The Phillies got the W, and that's all that counts. The Pirates got lucky today, I tells ya. The Padres barely made it out of this one alive, Sonny. The Giants barely squeaked by. The Cardinals are lucky to walk away with this one. They were neck and neck the whole game, but in the end, the American League proved they were the better league today. They were neck and neck the whole game, but in the end, the National League proved they were the better league today. The Monsters got lucky today, I tells ya. The Melonheads got the W, and that's all that counts. The Hornets are lucky to walk away with this one. The Maulers barely made it out of this one alive, Sonny. It was close, but the Rawhides did what it took to win. It was mighty close, but the Armadillos managed to pull it out. The Roadrunners barely squeaked by. The Flytraps got out of a sticky situation today, Sonny. The Coyotes got lucky today, I tells ya. The Slugs barely squeaked by. The Angels got their wings clipped today. The Orioles got their wings clipped today. The Red Sox got sent to the cleaners. The White Sox got sent to the cleaners. The Indians were flat out pummeled. The Tigers were tamed today. The Royals got dethroned. The Twins are seeing double after this one, Sonny. The Yankees were beaten soundly, Sonny. The Athletics were not amazing today, Sonny. The good ship Mariner hit an iceberg today, Sonny. The Devil Rays were harpooned today, Sonny. The Devil Rays ran aground today, Sonny. The Rangers were ripped, ravaged, and run into the ground. The Blue Jays got their wings clipped today. The Diamondbacks got a taste of their own poison today, Sonny. The Braves were beaten beyond all recognition today, Sonny. The Cubs are gonna be feeling this tomorrow morning, I tells ya. The Reds are looking black and blue after this beating. The Rockies got buried. The Marlins were harpooned today, Sonny. The Astros came crashing down to earth today, Sonny. The Dodgers couldn't dodge this freight train, Sonny. They got hammered. The Brewers were beaten beyond all recognition today, Sonny. The Expos really got the smack put on them today, I tells ya. The Mets got mauled, mugged, and messed up today, Sonny. The Phillies were beaten in a big way today, Sonny. It wasn't pretty. The Pirates got plundered, Sonny. The Padres were pummeled, Sonny. The Giants looked mighty small today, Sonny. The Cardinals got their wings clipped today. The American League All-Stars were just overmatched today. The National League All-Stars were just overmatched today. The Monsters looked awful, Sonny. The Melonheads got squashed today, Sonny. The Hornets were stung today, Sonny. Hard. The Maulers got mauled, Sonny. The Rawhides were outplayed in every aspect of the game today. The Armadillos got run over, Sonny. The Roadrunners got run out of town today, Sonny. The Flytraps got caught in their own trap today, Sonny. The Coyotes were crushed, Sonny. The Slugs got stomped, Sonny. The Angels got left in the dust today, Sonny. The Orioles just didn't have what it took today, Sonny. The Red Sox were just a bit off today, Sonny. The White Sox just didn't look like winners today, Sonny. The Indians just came up short is all, Sonny. The Tigers just couldn't figure out how to win this one, Sonny. Well, Sonny, the Royals just couldn't get it done today. Well, Sonny, the Twins just didn't play their best ball today. The Yankees just didn't play their best today, Sonny. The Athletics were a bit off today, Sonny. I tell you, Sonny, the Mariners just didn't look right today. Maybe they had some of that flu that's been going around. The Devil Rays came up short today. The Rangers just didn't have what it took today, Sonny. The Blue Jays just came up short is all, Sonny. The Diamondbacks just couldn't figure out how to win this one, Sonny. The Braves just didn't play their best today, Sonny. The Cubs just didn't play their best baseball today, Sonny. The Reds just came up short is all, Sonny. The Rockies were just a bit off today, Sonny. The Marlins just didn't have what it took today, Sonny. The Astros just came up short is all, Sonny. The Dodgers were just a bit off today, Sonny. The Brewers just couldn't figure out how to win this one, Sonny. The Expos just came up short is all, Sonny. The Mets just didn't have what it took today, Sonny. The Phillies just didn't play their best today, Sonny. The Pirates just couldn't figure out how to win this one, Sonny. The Padres just didn't play their best today, Sonny. The Giants came up short today. The Cardinals were just a bit off today, Sonny. The American League just didn't have it today, Sonny. The National League was just overmatched today, Sonny. The Monsters just didn't play their best today, Sonny. The Melonheads just couldn't figure out how to win this one, Sonny. The Hornets just didn't play their best baseball today, Sonny. The Maulers just couldn't get it done out there today, Sonny. The Rawhides were just a bit off today, Sonny. The Armadillos just came up short is all, Sonny. The Roadrunners just couldn't figure out how to win this one, Sonny. The Flytraps were just a bit off today, Sonny. The Coyotes just didn't play their best today, Sonny. The Slugs did look a bit sluggish out there today, Sonny. The Angels came up just a bit short. The Orioles gave their best, but in the end it wasn't enough. The Red Sox got the short end of the stick today, Sonny. The White Sox did their best, but couldn't pull this one off. They did their best, Sonny, but the Indians just came up short. The Tigers played well, Sonny, but not well enough. The Royals gave their best, but in the end it wasn't enough. It just wasn't the Twins' day, Sonny. The Yankees got the short end of the stick today, Sonny. The Athletics lost by the hair on their chinny chin chins. It just wasn't the Mariners' day, Sonny. The Devil Rays gave their best, but in the end it wasn't enough. The Rangers came up just a bit on the short side, Sonny. The Blue Jays deserve better than this, Sonny. The Diamondbacks got the short end of the stick today, Sonny. It was close, but not close enough for the Braves to win. The Cubs played well, Sonny, but not well enough. The Reds were there to play, but they didn't walk away with the prize. The Rockies gave their best, but in the end it wasn't enough. The Marlins got the short end of the stick today, Sonny. The Astros lost by the hair on their chinny chin chins. The Dodgers played well, Sonny, but not well enough. It was close, but not close enough for the Brewers to win. The Expos gave their best, but in the end it wasn't enough. The Mets are winless today despite a strong showing. The Phillies played well, Sonny, but not well enough. It was close, but not close enough for the Pirates to win. The Padres got the short end of the stick today, Sonny. The Giants came up just a bit short. It was close, but the Cardinals just couldn't pull this one off. The American League just ran out of gas in the end. The National League just ran out of gas in the end. The Monsters came up just a bit short. The Melonheads deserve better than this, Sonny. The Hornets played well, Sonny, but not well enough. It was close, Sonny, but not close enough for the Maulers to win. The Rawhides got the short end of the stick today, Sonny. The Armadillos gave their best, but in the end it wasn't enough. Luck was not on the Roadrunners' side today, Sonny. The Flytraps just couldn't pull this one off. The Coyotes lost by the hair on their chinny-chin-chins. The Slugs came up a bit short, Sonny. The Angels are flying out of here and on to the League Championship Series. The Orioles are flying out of here and on to the League Championship Series. The Red Sox did it. They're moving on to the next round. The White Sox win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Indians pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. The Tigers did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Royals win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Twins did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Yankees pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. The Athletics did it. They're moving on to the next round. The playoff train just keeps on a-chugging. Next stop for the Mariners, the League Championship Series. Choo-choo! The Devil Rays win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Rangers did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Blue Jays are flying out of here and on to the League Championship Series. The Diamondbacks win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Braves pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. The Cubs did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Reds win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Rockies did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Marlins pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. The Astros win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Dodgers did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Brewers win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Expos pulled it off. They're heading for the next round of the playoffs. The Mets did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Phillies win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Pirates did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Padres win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Giants did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Cardinals are flying out of here and on to the League Championship Series. The Monsters pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. The Melonheads did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Hornets are flying out of here and on to the League Championship Series. The Maulers win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Rawhides did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Armadillos win. They're going to the League Championship Series. Woo! The Roadrunners pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. The Flytraps are flying out of here and on to the League Championship Series. The Coyotes did it. They're moving on to the next round. The Slugs pulled it off. They're heading to the next round of the playoffs. Do you believe in miracles? The Angels are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Orioles are heading to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Red Sox are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The White Sox are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Indians are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Tigers are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Royals are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Twins are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Yankees are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Athletics are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Mariners are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Devil Rays are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Rangers are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Blue Jays are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Diamondbacks are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Braves are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Cubs are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Reds are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Rockies are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Marlins are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Astros are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Dodgers are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Brewers are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Expos are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Mets are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Phillies are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Pirates are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Padres are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Giants are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Cardinals are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Monsters are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Melonheads are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Hornets are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Maulers are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Rawhides are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Armadillos are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Roadrunners are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Flytraps are going to the Backyard World Series. Do you believe in miracles? The Coyotes are going to the Backyard World Series. Can you believe it? The Slugs are going to the Backyard World Series. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Angels. This is the end of the road for the Orioles, at least for this season. This season has come to an abrupt end for the Red Sox. This is the end of the road for the White Sox, at least for this season. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Indians. This is the end of the road for the Tigers, at least for this season. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Royals. This is the end of the road for the Twins, at least for this season. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Yankees. This is the end of the road for the Athletics, at least for this season. The good ship Mariner has sunk, ladies and gents. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Devil Rays. This is the end of the road for the Rangers, at least for this season. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Blue Jays. This is the end of the road for the Diamondbacks, at least for this season. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Braves. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Cubs. This is the end of the road for the Reds, at least for this season. The season has come to an abrupt end for the Rockies. This is the end of the road for the Marlins, at least for this season. This season has come to an abrupt end for the Astros. This is the end of the road for the Dodgers, at least for this season. The Brewers' season has come crashing to earth. This is the end of the road for the Expos, at least for this season. The Mets' season is over, folks. This is the end of the road for the Phillies, at least for this season. The Pirates' season is done, sonny. This is the end of the road for the Padres, at least for this season. Let's have a moment of silence for the Giants' season, because it is toast. This is the end of the road for the Cardinals, at least for this season. The Monsters' season has come to an abrupt end. Well, it's all over for the Melonheads now. Their season is over. The Hornets' season has come to an abrupt end. Well, it's all over for the Maulers now. Their season is over. The Rawhide season has come to an abrupt end. Well, it's all over for the Armadillos now. Their season is over. The Roadrunner season has come to an abrupt end. Well, it's all over for the Flytraps now. Their season is over. The Coyote season has come to an abrupt end. Well, it's all over for the Slugs. Their season is over. Good gravy! Do my eyes deceive me? Great Caesar's ghost! Jumping orangutans! Ben Franklin on ice! The Angels did it! They won the championship! The Orioles really did it! They won the series! The Red Sox really did it! I can't believe it! The Red Sox are champs! The White Sox did it! They're the world champs! The Indians won the series! They're on top of the world, Sonny! On top of the world! The Tigers really did it! I can't believe it! The Royals did it! They won the championship! The Twins really did it! They won the series! The Yankees did it! They're the world champs! The Athletics did it! They won the championship! The Mariners won the series! They're on top of the world, Sonny! On top of the world! The Devil Rays really did it! They won the series! The Rangers did it! They're the world champs! The Blue Jays really did it! I can't believe it! The Diamondbacks won the series! They're on top of the world, Sonny! On top of the world! The Braves did it! They won the championship! The Cubs really did it! They won the series! The Reds did it! They're the world champs! The Rockies really did it! I can't believe it! The Marlins won the series! They're on top of the world, Sonny! On top of the world! The Astros really did it! They won the series! The Dodgers did it! They're the world champs! The Brewers did it! They won the championship! The Expos really did it! They won the series! The Mets really did it! I can't believe it! The Phillies did it! They're the world champs! The Pirates won the series! They're on top of the world, Sonny! On top of the world! The Padres did it! They won the championship! The Giants win the series! The Giants win the series! The Cardinals did it! They're the world champs! The Monsters really did it! I can't believe it! The Melonheads won the series! They're on top of the world, Sonny! On top of the world! The Hornets did it! They won the championship! The Maulers did it! They're the world champs! The Rawhides did it! They won the championship! The Armadillos really did it! They won the series! The Roadrunners really did it! I can't believe it! The Flytraps did it! They won the championship! The Coyotes did it! They're the world champs! The Slugs really did it! They won the series! It's a sad, sad day for this team. It's always tough to watch this sort of thing. The season is over. Believe me, this isn't their finest hour, but they fought hard to get here. You've got to give these kids credit, even if they didn't go all the way. The Angels have lost, and unfortunately, their season is over. The Orioles didn't fly here in the playoffs. Their season is over. The Red Sox have faded. Their season has ended. The White Sox have fallen. The season is over for them. The Indians have lost, and their season is finished. The Tigers have lost their stripes. Their season's over. The Royals have been dethroned, and their season is at an end. The Twins have fallen. Their season is over. The Yankees have lost, and their season is now done with. The Athletics have stumbled here in postseason. They're through. The Mariners have been defeated. Their season is finished. The Devil Rays have sunk in the postseason and end their year. The Rangers have fallen off their horses and their season is over. The Blue Jays have been plucked. Their season is finished. The Diamondbacks have rattled off into the sunset. Their season has ended. The Braves have lost and their season is through. The Cubs have gotten lost. It's hibernation until next season. The Reds have stumbled and their season ends here. The Rockies have crumbled here in postseason. Their season ends. The Marlins have lost, and their fish story ends here. The Astros have fallen. That's it for them until next season. The Dodgers have dodged the championship for this season. The Brewers have gone flat here at the end of the season. The Expos have lost this crucial game, and their season is over. The Mets have slipped and fallen here in the postseason. It's over for them. The Phillies have their dreams dashed here, ending their postseason journey. The Pirates are plundered, and they walk away without the gold. The Padres are left with a wing and a prayer, and they've lost the wing. Their season is over. The Giants have fallen and made a big, big hole here in the postseason. They're through. The Cardinals have gone south and ended their playoff season early today. The Monsters have been trapped in the postseason windmill. Their season ends here. The Melonheads' dreams were smashed and their season ends today. The Hornets have lost their sting. Their season is over. The Maulers have fallen. Their season ends here. The Rawhides have ridden as far as they can, and their season is finished. The Armadillos tripped up here in postseason and get flattened. It's over for them. The Roadrunners have flown the coop in postseason. Their run is over. The Flytraps have been shut down. Their season has come to a close. The Coyotes have missed their last chance, and their season is over. The Slugs have been eliminated. Their season is history. The Angels have lost, and their season is over. The Orioles have fallen. Their season is over. The Red Sox have fallen. Their season is over. The White Sox have fallen. Their season is over. The Indians have lost, and their season is over. The Tigers have fallen. Their season is over. The Royals have lost, and their season is over. The Twins have fallen. Their season is over. The Yankees have lost, and their season is over. The Athletics have fallen. Their season is over. The Mariners have been defeated. Their season is over. The Devil Rays have fallen. Their season is over. The Rangers have lost, and their season has come to an end. The Blue Jays have fallen. Their season is over. The Diamondbacks have fallen. Their season is over. The Braves have lost, and their season is over. The Cubs have fallen. Their season is over. The Reds have lost, and their season is over. The Rockies have fallen. Their season is over. The Marlins have lost, and their season is over. The Astros have fallen. Their season is over. The Dodgers have lost, and their season is over. The Brewers have fallen. Their season is over. The Expos have lost, and their season is over. The Mets have fallen. Their season is over. The Phillies have lost, and their season is over. The Pirates have fallen. Their season is over. The Padres have lost, and their season is over. The Giants have fallen. Their season is over. The Cardinals have lost, and their season is over. The Monsters have fallen. Their season is over. The Melonheads have been beaten. Their season is over. The Hornets have fallen. Their season is over. The Maulers have fallen. Their season is over. The Rawhides have gone down in defeat, and their season is over. The Armadillos have lost, and their season is done. The Roadrunners have fallen. Their season is over. The Flytraps have been eliminated. Their season is history. The Coyotes have fallen. Their season is over. The Slugs have been eliminated. Their season is history. Thanks, Sonny. Thank you, Sonny. Well, this kid does not need an introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. The player of the game is... Today's 110% juice player of the game is, of course, no doubt about it, today's 110% juice player of the game is... Today's 110% juice player goes to one of my favorite players. Today's 110% juice player of the game goes to a kid who I consider a close, personal friend. Today's 110% juice player of the game goes to the very deserving... Today's 110% juice player of the game is... Today's 110% juice player of the game goes to... Today's 110% juice player award goes to the fantastic... Today's 110% juice player of the game goes to everybody's favorite kid... Angela Del Vecchio, Annie Frazier, Ahmed Khan, Amir Khan, Ashley Weber, Billie Jean Blackwood, Dante Robinson, Dmitry Petrovich, Ernie Steele, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Jocinda Smith, Jorge Garcia, Kenny Kawaguchi, Keisha Phillips, Kimmy Ekman, Lisa Crockett, Luann Louie, Maria Luna, Marky Dubois, Mikey Thomas, Pablo Sanchez, Pete Wheeler, Reese Worthington, Ricky Johnson, Ronnie Dobbs, Sally Dobbs, Sydney Weber, Stephanie Morgan, Tony Del Vecchio, Vicky Kawaguchi, Ichiro, Alex Rodriguez, Mike Piazza, Pedro Martinez, Derek Jeter, Sammy Sosa, Sean Green, Jim Tomey, Barry Bonds, Randy Johnson, Superstar, Dizzy, Hacker, Pickles, Flash, Ace, Lucky, Boom Boom, Spaz, Sparkles, Abner Dubbleplay. Hey, that's me! Haha! So, what are your thoughts on your team's performance today? Your team looked good out there. What are your thoughts on their performance? So, what do you think of your teammates' performance out there? Were you pleased with how your team performed out there today? How do you feel about being player of the game? You were on fire tonight. Tell me about it. You played a whale of a game. You looked great out there tonight. My final question. In our lifetime, do you think we'll see a robot president? One last question. Do cats eat bologna? One last question. Do you think time travel is possible? One last question. Will you buy me some nachos? I'm starving. One last question. Can I get a ride home with you? My bike has a flat tire. Final question. Do you think I should grow a mustache? Good answer. Nice talking with you. Beautiful. Well put. I couldn't have put it better myself. Congratulations. And remember, kids, that's 110% juice. The only juice that defies the laws of mathematics. And remember, kids, be sure to drink 110% juice and new 110% beef-flavored juice. It's beefo-rific. And remember, kids, be sure to drink 110% juice and new 110% fungo-flavored juice. Savor the flavor of fungo. And remember, kids, that's 110% juice. The juice that laughs in the face of defeat. Ah ha 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 ha! Yeah. Back to you, Sonny. Sonny? Sonny? That's all I got, Sonny. This kid's gotta be patient at the plate here. In this kind of situation, you gotta just wait for your pitch and then whammo! I like this kid's socks, Sonny. They look real comfy. I'm glad to see this kid's wearing some shoes with good support. It's like they say, Sonny, if you take care of your feet, they'll take care of you. You can tell by the way he's got his socks that he's waiting on the fastball. This is what you call a sacrifice situation, Sonny. This kid is gonna try to move the runner along here with a sacrifice. I think we might see a bunt here, Sonny. You can't score a run unless you get a runner across the plate, you see. What's that kid waiting for? You gotta swing the bat if you're gonna put the ball in play, Sonny. It's tough to let a pitch like that go by, Sonny. That kid is showing some real discipline at the plate there. That's a tough pitch to handle, Sonny. Wow, not even close. Do you feel a breeze? That looked painful. You can throw your back out swinging like that, Sonny. Ouch! That pitch was just plain nasty, Sonny. That kid'll be thinking about that pitch for a while, I tells ya. Not many hitters are gonna be able to handle a pitch like that, Sonny. It's a long walk back to the dugout for that kid. That looked very painful. And embarrassing. K-ching! Frozen! That pitch was nasty. Got him looking. With 2 strikes on you, you gotta swing at that. There's nothing you can do there, Sonny. That was close, but not close enough. You gotta throw strikes to win, Sonny. If you're a pitcher in this league, Sonny, you can't be afraid to throw strikes. It looks like this pitcher might be having a little control problem. I don't know about that one, Sonny. Just missed outside. A little bit outside there. Just a bit outside. Just a wee bit inside there. Just misses inside. Missed that one just inside, Sonny. That was a little too high. That one was a bit north of the equator. Just a bit south. Too low, that one. That was so far outside, it was almost inside. And that one doesn't even get close. Whoa, that could be dangerous. Hey, be careful where you throw that thing. Jeez, you could put somebody's eye out like that. That one almost hit a bird. That ball was almost over his head, for crying out loud. Looks like the cheese is about as high as it can get before you call it wild. In the dirt. That was a low ball. Boy, Sonny, you don't want to give up a walk in a situation like this. I hate walks, Sonny. Hate 'em. Just nicked that one. I think they got a piece of that one. Barely got a piece of that one. We should see a good pitch here. The pitcher has fallen behind here. The pitcher has to throw a strike here. Let's see if the green light is on here at 3-0. You gotta protect the plate when you're in the hole 2 strikes, Sonny. Just looking to make contact here. The runners will be taking off here. The runners will go here. You gotta throw strikes in this league, Sonny. Pitching wins championships, Sonny. You can't be afraid to throw strikes in this game, Sonny. This pitcher's got some good stuff, Sonny. There's all sorts of pitches, Sonny. You got spitball pitches, power pitches, pitches of water, picture windows. The most important aspect of pitching is being able to throw the ball. You gotta be able to throw the ball if you want to be a pitcher in this league. You know, you can't just rely on power pitching, Sonny. You gotta be able to throw some off-speed stuff, too. This kid's got a whole arsenal of pitches to choose from here. I can't tell you how important it is to mix up your pitches, Sonny. If you keep throwing them fastball, 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 they're gonna zone in on you, and whammo! Hey, somebody got a power-up! I think I smell a power-up. It's power-up time, Sonny. Is that a power-up I hear, Sonny? Check out the power-up! A screamer! The hide was knocked off that one. That one's going nowhere fast. Ground ball. And it's hit down. The kid topped that one. Somebody ought to catch that one. That one's a dead duck. A can of corn. That should be an easy out. It's deep, but playable. I think the park will hold this one. The outfielders are running out of room. I think this one's staying in the yard. It's deep, but not deep enough. Wowie, wow, wow! What a rocket! What a blast! A skyrocket! That one's headed to Norway. That one is gone. Holy bazooka! Good gravy! Will ya look at that? Look at that one go! This should test the outfielder's arm. It could be deep enough to score a run. Everyone should move up a base on this one. This should bump the runners over. So close, and yet so very, very far. I thought it had a chance, but what do I know? Should be a routine out here. An easy out here. That's what you call a textbook bunt. That's good fundamental baseball there, Sonny. A solid hit there, Sonny. That's a textbook swing there, Sonny. That's what's called hitting it where it's pitched. That's some nice hitting there, I tells ya. There's a base knock. That should bring in at least one. That'll plate at least one. That might score a couple. The runner on second might make it all the way to home. If they hustle, they could score from second on that hit. That could score one. That'll get the runner over. That'll get the runner in scoring position. That should get the runner over to third. Even I could get extra bases on that one. That kid hit that one into no man's land. That kid hit it where nobody could get it. And it's hit out there into no man's land for extra bases. Like they say, you gotta hit it where they ain't, and that ain't where they are. Ha! Clutch hitting wins games, Sonny. That's some serious clutch hitting, Sonny. Hitting with runners in scoring position is the key to winning, Sonny. Nice hustle. Wow! This game's all about scoring runs, Sonny. You can never have too many runs, Sonny. If you can score the runs, it makes life a lot easier. Can win the series here today. No doubt about that one, Sonny. I don't think that one's coming back. That one is Gonzville. I think that one hit a satellite. That one put a hole in the ozone. I'll miss that little baseball. Bon voyage. Bon voyage. That one's never coming down, Sonny. Never. Baseball, I hardly knew you. The kids call that a homer, Sonny. It's a solo dance party. That one's flying solo, just like me. I guess they're gonna do it one run at a time, Sonny. Double trouble! I think I'm seeing double. Twice as nice. Good things come in threes, Sonny. That can change things a bit in this game, Sonny. There's nothing quite like a 3-run homer to help a team out. All these runs are making me dizzy. That slam was mighty grand. Wowee kazowie! That pitch has gotta be hurting, Sonny. It might be time for a pitching substitution, Sonny. That kid was really blazing around those base pads. That kid is fast. That's some textbook base running there, Sonny. The manager put the game in motion, and it worked. That kid has some serious speed, Sonny. That should be scored as a fielder's choice. If you're scoring at home, that'll go as a fielder's choice. The infield fly rule has been called. Nobody knows what that means, and neither do I. The infield fly rule has been called here, and the infield fly rule is in effect. That's an automatic out. That's some textbook base running there, Sonny. The manager put the game in motion, and it worked. That kid has some serious speed, Sonny. That kid was out by a mile. That kid had no chance. Not a good idea in that situation. Wow, that catcher has a cannon for an arm. What an incredible throw by the catcher. That runner was nailed. That could cost them later. A rookie mistake, Sonny. Errors can really shift momentum in a game, Sonny. That'll be on the highlight reel for sure. How embarrassing. We won't be seeing that clip on the news tonight, Sonny. That kid didn't know which way to go. You gotta pay attention out there. That poor kid just got lost, I think. That poor kid didn't know which way was up. That kid was all confused. That would have been a spectacular play if it wouldn't have been an error. That kid's got a great arm, just not very accurate. It helps to throw it to someone who's actually on the field. I think they were throwing that one to you, Sonny. I think that kid might want to see an eye doctor. That's some good D there, Sonny. Good defense is the key to victory, Sonny. The key to good defense is being able to get that ball. That's some good old fundamental defense there, Sonny. What a defensive play, Sonny. Fine play. What a play. Good gravy, what a play. That was some sensational glove work. That's some kind of D there, Sonny. Wow, did you see that? What a fantastic display of defensive wizardry. That kid's putting on a defensive clinic out there. Hey, what a play. That is some kind of glove work there, Sonny. That's a pitcher's best friend, Sonny. The old twin killing. You gotta have some skills to turn a double play like that. When you turn two like that, it really gives your team a boost. You gotta like the way they turn two there, Sonny. Triple plays are extremely rare. Except when I'm at bat. Both these teams are really playing some spectacular defense today. These teams are putting on a defensive showcase today, Sonny. They're really throwing the leather around today, Sonny. If neither team commits an error here today, we could end up with an errorless game, Sonny. These guys couldn't catch a cold today. I haven't seen so many E's since yesterday's crossword puzzle. This game is ugly. That was so close I could smell its socks. That play was so close, it was practically behind me. That play was closer than the next second, Sonny. These guys look like world beaters today, I tells ya. These kids are making it look easy, Sonny. Have you ever seen a more dominating performance, Sonny? I know I haven't. These kids are getting the job done tonight, Sonny. These kids are playing like a well-oiled baseball playing machine, Sonny. They're playing some solid baseball today, Sonny. If they can hold this lead, they have a good shot at winning here today, Sonny. These poor kids are getting hammered. I really feel sorry for these kids, Sonny. I think it's time for a do-over, Sonny. These guys are still in the game, Sonny, but they gotta start scoring some runs. These kids gotta start making their move here, Sonny, or this game will be over. It ain't over till it's over, Sonny. If these two teams were any closer, they'd be married. This one could be headed to extra innings, Sonny. It looks like this game is going to come down to the last out, Sonny. This one's too close. I can't watch. They sure could use some insurance runs here. I don't want to jinx nothing, but we got a no-hitter going here. Say, do we have a no-hitter going here or what? That pitcher has not given up a hit in this game. This kid has a no-hitter going here. Oops, I hope I didn't jinx the no-no. We're seeing a dominating pitching performance here today, Sonny. The no-no is still intact here, Sonny. A no-hitter. How about that? That's what you call a no-hitter. Wow! This kid pitched his heart out today and came away with the no-hitter. That kid had a tremendous day, pitching a complete game shutout. That kid really shut him down today, throwing a complete game shutout. This kid pitched his heart out today and earned the complete game shutout. Those kids really have momentum on their side now, Sonny. You can really feel a shift in momentum now, Sonny. I feel a big momentum shift here, Sonny. Big Mo is really starting to build out there, Sonny. The momentum has shifted to. The momentum has really swung to. You can feel the momentum swinging the other way now, Sonny. This would be a perfect time for a suicide squeeze, Sonny. I think they might try for the suicide squeeze here, Sonny. This is where you need players who can hit in the clutch, Sonny. They really need some clutch hitting here, Sonny. This is the kind of situation that can turn a game around, Sonny. This is what you call a turning point in the game, Sonny. They're looking for a clutch hit here with runners in scoring position. Oh man, you really gotta come away with a run here. Just don't hit into a double play. You really gotta get at least a run here, Sonny. The cards are stacked, Sonny, and it's time to knock 'em down. That pitcher is in a whole heap of trouble here, Sonny. They really blew it there, Sonny. They squandered a perfect scoring opportunity there, Sonny. They could have really put the hurt on there, Sonny, but they came up empty. The Angels, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Indians, the Tigers, the Royals, the Twins, the Yankees, the Athletics, the Mariners, the Devil Rays, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, the Diamondbacks, the Braves, the Cubs, the Reds, the Rockies, the Marlins, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Expos, the Mets, the Phillies, the Pirates, the Padres, the Giants, the Cardinals, the American League All-Stars, the National League All-Stars, the Monsters, the Melonheads, the Hornets, the Maulers, the Rawhides, the Armadillos, the Roadrunners, the Flytraps, the Coyotes, the Slugs, the Angels, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Indians, the Tigers, the Royals, the Twins, the Yankees, the Athletics, the Mariners, the Devil Rays, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, the Diamondbacks, the Braves, the Cubs, the Reds, the Rockies, the Marlins, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Expos, the Mets, the Phillies, the Pirates, the Padres, the Giants, the Cardinals, the American League All-Stars, the National League All-Stars, the Monsters, the Melonheads, the Hornets, the Maulers, the Rawhides, the Armadillos, the Roadrunners, the Flytraps, the Coyotes, the Slugs, the Angels, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the White Sox, the Indians, the Tigers, the Royals, the Twins, the Yankees, the Athletics, the Mariners, the Devil Rays, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, the Diamondbacks, the Braves, the Cubs, the Reds, the Rockies, the Marlins, the Astros, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Expos, the Mets, the Phillies, the Pirates, the Padres, the Giants, the Cardinals, the American League All-Stars, the National League All-Stars, the Monsters, the Melonheads, the Hornets, the Maulers, the Rawhides, the Armadillos, the Roadrunners, the Flytraps, the Coyotes, the Slugs. Let's take a look at, let's check out, let's see what's up with, let's examine, let's take a look-see at a perfect game that's rarer than a dodo's egg omelet. Wow, a perfect game. The Hope Diamond of pitching gems. Amazingly, the Marlins have never lost a game in which they've outscored their opposition, Sonny. How many teams can make a claim like that? In just their 5th season, the Marlins were crowned World Series champs in 1997. They went on to lose 108 games the following season and finished dead last in their division. On May 11, 1996, Al Leiter fired the first no-hitter in Marlins history with an 11-0 whitewashing of the Rockies. It looks like this kid is trying to jinx the pitcher by giving him the old hairy eyeball. Let's see if it works. This kid hits like a swarm of killer bees, which is good, I think. The batter is warmed up and ready to play baseball. Look at the determination on that batter's face. This kid is all business as usual. I've heard that this kid eats 10 strawberry waffles before each and every home game for luck. 15 when they're on the road. I've heard that this kid writes poetry before each and every game to psych himself up. It could be true. I've heard that this kid's pre-game ritual includes working on his swing by loading up the bat with donuts. Real donuts. That batter is ready for absolutely anything. Even a giant robot dog that shoots baseballs wouldn't faze this kid. Boy, that would be a great matchup. This batter needs to concentrate on just one thing: timing and patience. This batter reminds me of a young Creb Petersons, who played for the Melonheads way back in '96. I'm not sure this batter has what it takes to get the job done. Oh no, wait. Yep, he's got the baseball bat all right. They don't call this kid Hey Batter for nothing. I think what I like best about this kid is his jaunty step. When you think batting, you think hit the ball. And that's just what this kid is doing right now. This batter has got the eye of the tiger, and boy is that tiger mad. When you're up there at the plate, you've only got two choices: hit, miss, or walk. This batter is aching for a break, but the pitcher doesn't look like they're going to cooperate. When that ball comes screaming across the plate, you've got to put it in play if you want to get the hit. This batter is going to have to get on base if he expects to score a run. This batter's swing starts out slow and then speeds up over the plate. This particular swing started yesterday. Some batters have trouble catching up to the fastball. The only trouble this kid has is catching the bus. This kid's brought a whole bucket of sass to the game today. It's another classic baseball matchup. Kid with bat versus kid with ball. The batter steps up to the plate and gets ready to hit one. That's the plan anyway. Now you're gonna want to watch this batter's swing, cause watching the foul line just isn't very exciting. This kid's coming to the plate with a big old chip on his shoulder and what appears to be mustard on his shirt. I love to watch this batter hit. Heck, I even think the kid strikes out pretty, too. What we've got here is a kid who loves baseball. Baseball and cheese. Hey, who doesn't? This kid has a new pair of socks for every game of the season. Me, I just have the one pair. This kid has the look of a champion. And with the hat, maybe even a baseball champion. You can't get on base if you don't hit the ball. I can't remember the last time I saw this kid strike out. And I can't remember where I put my nachos. This is a crucial moment in today's game because, hey, all right, I found my nachos. They were under my chair. This batter is a real pro, so it's not about winning or losing. Just winning. Do you think these batters ever feel bad the way they beat on that cute little baseball? And the batter steps up to the plate, which is the best place in the park to hit from. This batter's got one heck of a swing. A big truck tire hanging from a willow tree in his front yard. This young batter has an opportunity here to make a hit and run play. Watch this batter's stance. They points their toe and... No, wait, that's my stance. Finding a way to get on base is crucial here. A note from your mom just isn't going to work. This kid is ready for anything. I once saw him hit a mosquito 410 feet. Here comes a kid with a chip on one shoulder and a bat on the other. How do you suppose this batter feels about the infield fly rule? This batter has a unique stance at the plate, only you can't tell by looking at it. Watch the way this kid grips that bat. Opposable thumbs make it possible. Sometimes the difference between a hit and a miss is how tight your hat is. I can't imagine what this batter is thinking about right now. Unless it's a chili dog. This batter doesn't want a piece of that ball. It's all or nothing. I'm ready to give this young player the Best Dressed award for today's game. I think right now, this kid's gotta be looking for some kind of medium, sort of fast but not too fast fastball. Sometimes you get up there to the plate and you don't know what to expect. But that's to be expected in this game. In the off-season, this talented batter makes his own bats. Wait, is that true? This batter's average is a little low, with 2 C's, but the A in math is a big improvement. If you can find me a batter who can whistle as loud as this kid, I'd like to meet him. This kid can't help but look good in a hat. Sometimes when you're looking for your pitch, you've got to take a strike or two, but no more than that. This batter always reminds me of the short guy from that movie about baseball. If this batter strikes out now, it'll be just like in that unforgettable poem, The Batter Who Struck Out. When this batter first started, they got the nickname Ham Sandwich because... No, hang on. That was me. Sometimes you hit the ball, sometimes the ball hits you. You can either tire a pitcher out by fouling off a lot of pitches, or you can try to hypnotize him with your psychic powers. This batter is always up there swinging, except during rainouts. Having this kid on your team is like having extra cheese on your pizza. This kid knows how to stay cool at the plate by fighting fire with fire. Some kids like to go up there swinging. This kid starts swinging the night before. The pitcher better not misunderestimate this kid's predetermination. Whoever said 2 wrongs don't make a right has never seen this kid banging dingers. When I first saw this batter head out of the on-deck circle, I knew he was headed for the plate. This is the kind of matchup you only see in comic books about baseball. The only pitcher this batter likes is the pitcher where you cross your eyes and you can see it in 3D, you know? When a batter like this faces this kind of pitcher, well, there's going to be some baseballs flying around, that's what. On a good day, this batter can hit a golf ball clear across the county. Too bad the pitcher's not throwing golf balls. This kid's got style. Just watch the way he swats the round flying thing with that stick that he's got. If baseball is like a mystery novel, this kid is the surprise ending. This batter is like a well-oiled machine with a heart of gold. And another batter comes to the plate. That's sheer determination by this team. Here's a kid with a great presence at the plate. Always keeps a favorite gift tucked away in the back pocket. Who doesn't like to see a batter properly dressed? And these kids have some sharp uniforms, let me tell you. Here's another chance for this team to break up that catcher-pitcher thing. Who likes hot dogs? This batter right here, I'll bet. Hey, I was just wondering. Do you think maybe someday they'll replace me with a robot? Boy, I sure hope not. Do they really have robots these days? What if this batter is a robot? If they had baseball-playing robots, all these kids would be out of work. What a shame. Hey, what if both the batter and the pitcher are robots? Now that would be some matchup. When you're up there at the plate, you've got to wait for the ball to come to you. Batting sure is different from fielding, but these kids have to be good at both, let me tell you. When a batter is nervous, you can see it in their ears. Or the eyes. The eyes or the ears. This is some kind of day for baseball, and there is some kind of hitter at the plate. Every time I see this young batter, I think to myself, self, and then the kid gets a hit and I forget. This batter's big on charity, always giving back to the community. Let's see if he'll give the ball back to the pitcher. In this situation, it's best to plan on getting a hit. This batter can explode up there at the plate. I mean, the kid can hit. I don't mean the kid will blow up. That's just crazy. On a day like today, that baseball sure is good hitting. You don't see many batters like this one, Sonny. She's one of a kind. The shortstop has a mean arm, so a ground ball here is a real double play risk. Actually, both his arms are mean. He just catches with the other one. The chance of a double play here is high, Sonny. This kid is going to have to hit smart. Laying down a bunt right here may be this kid's best option. This kid's got more grit than a beach full of sand. This player's really showing me some gumption. This batter's digging in like an espresso-crazed mole, Sonny. I think one of the seams on the ball is off by half a micron, Sonny. Oh, wait, it was just a bird's shadow. Apricots are the most underrated fruit, Sonny. The way this player's shoes are laced says speedy flare hitter all the way, Sonny. Before we go, let me ask you this. Have you seen my nachos around here? Last question. Who ate my nachos? Final question. Do you think we'll ever use the stuff we learn in math class? There's time left for one more question, and that is, do you know what time it is? Last question. They call them donuts, but they're not like nuts at all. Why? One last question. What do you get when you cross a French poodle with a giraffe? Final question. Do these pants make me look fat? Last question. When did the Pilgrims land at Plymouth Rock? One last question. In that movie about the outer space fighting, are those robots real robots? Final question. Who on earth would have thought that someday I'd be a famous baseball commentator? Before we go, let me ask you this. What's with that question about the chicken and the egg? Is that a trick? Last question. Do you think I'd look good in a cowboy hat? One final question. What was the best thing before sliced bread? One last question. If robots are real, can they get married? Last question. Where did all the king bees go? Before we go, let me ask you this. Can you help me fix the chain on my bike? It came off. Final question. What's another word for thesaurus? One last question. We can put a man on the moon, but we can't make an old dog do new tricks. Why not? Final question. When are you too old to go trick-or-treatin'? Final question. Why isn't the word phonetics spelled the way it sounds? Before we go, let me ask you this. Is it okay for vegetarians to eat animal crackers? Last question. Why do the tall kids get to go on all the good rides? One last question. Why can't I have my cake and eat it too? First I have it, then I eat it, right? Final question. Who wants to play Go Fish? I love that game. One last question. Are there any more questions left? Boy, it's been great to be here on this great day watching these two great teams and eating all those great corn dogs. Boy, are they good. These teams gave it their all, but one team had just a little more all than the other. Congratulations to both of these fine teams. One taking the gold and the other walking away with the silver. These two teams exemplify great baseball, but only one of them can be the winner. Funny how that works. Both of these teams really earn the right to have their cake, but unfortunately only the winner gets to eat it too. These teams fought like giant killer penguins out there. But as you know, there's only room on this iceberg for one giant penguin. These kids really did their best today. But with competition comes the slight chance that one team will do better and win. In the game of baseball, there can be only one winner, and that's everyone. And the team with the most runs. Too bad there isn't room for two in the winner's circle, but it is a pretty tiny circle. Two would be a real squeeze. I can say with confidence that all these players are winners here today, even the ones that didn't actually win. This was one heck of a game. Both of these teams should feel proud to have done their best, except for the kids that didn't show up. We just witnessed a colossal matchup that could only end one way. You knew it had to happen. Two great teams, but only one winner. This is a match for the record books, folks. Too bad there can only be one winner, but that's the way the record book works. What an exciting game! Both teams really played hard out there, and the victory was well earned. What can you say, folks? There's only one winner, but everyone here made this a great game. I think that what we've seen here goes under the heading of classic baseball action, folks. Both teams really played their hardest. Can you believe that game? We've only got one winner, but you gotta love both of these teams. That was one heck of a game, with both teams going all out for the big win. And in the end, it came down to a matter of runs. You'd think that these two teams were fighting for the last donut on Earth. Unfortunately, it's not big enough to cut in half and share, or I'm sure the champions would. These two teams sure put on a show for us here today, folks. And if they didn't score any runs, it'd still be going on. I say that both of these teams are winners today, but the rule book says different. Both of these teams really pulled out all the stops and gave it the whole 9 yards here today. As is to be expected, one team came out on top here today, but I saw two great teams play their hardest, and that's what we came here for, isn't it, folks? What a game! I'm completely speechless. Except to say that the winners did a fantastic job, but not to the full exclusion of the competitors who dug in and gave it their all in this. A classic baseball matchup that will no doubt be referred to long after the day is done and I've stopped talking about it. If there was another place I'd want to be right now, it'd be here. We've got a dilly of a game on our hands today. This game is my kind of fun, Sonny. I feel darn lucky to be up here in the booth with you for today's game, Sonny. We're seeing some serious baseball here today. What a game! What a game! This game may just turn into a four-dogger. Both of these teams are really giving it the old grade school try. I like the spirit I'm seeing out there on the field. Sure am glad I got here on time today. This is one great game. I'm seeing a lot of great plays out there today. We make a great team, Sonny, but but even we could learn something from the teams we're watching play here today. This is a game fit for royalty. Have you ever seen such an exciting game, Sonny? This may be the finest baseball game I've ever witnessed. In a nutshell, today's game is a doozy. These teams are so professional. I'm surprised they let me in to watch. Have you ever seen two teams trying harder than these two, Sonny? Boy, oh boy, have we got a game on our hands, Sonny. Glad to be right here watching this exciting ball game. Can you imagine a more explosive matchup, Sonny? We've got a real battle here today, folks. These kids never give up. They're crazy for baseball. I can't believe some of the plays these kids are turning out here, Sonny. Now that's what this game is all about. That's how you win a game. A bunch of those. Guacamole! Look at that kid go! Can score a run without crossing the plate. Some good hitting there, Sonny. Gotta make sure you step on home plate or they'll tag you out. That's the hit these kids were looking for. Great base running. These kids are making their move. I say you take a run where you can get it. Good move scoring like that. This game just keeps getting more exciting. Did you see that kid score? Brilliant! Hey, these kids really are good. The kid on the mound's got some good stuff, Sonny, but I'd like to see them work both sides of the plate more. Pitcher has to avoid hanging an off-speed pitch with some of these experienced batters, or else, pow! I think this pitcher needs to set up with a couple of slow ones outside to make the heater look even hotter. Some of these batters are just waiting to tee off on a bad pitch, so if you're gonna miss, better to miss by a mile. If you're gonna miss your target, better to miss low than hand the batter that high cheese. Cheese. Most times, a pitcher wants to throw high when they come inside on the batter. Just don't get too consistent about it. Some batters just can't help chase a ball that breaks down and away. I say let 'em. Can't just throw your power pitches or you'll be too pooped to pop after a couple innings. Sometimes it's best to let your infielders make a couple of quick putouts for you. Throw some low ones and force the ground ball. Some people want to see pitchers throw all Ks, but I'll tell you, a pop fly or a ground out is still an out. A real pro pitcher always goes in there and gets a couple quick strikeouts, so they've got a power up on standby. Never know when you'll need one. Most pitchers can't throw too much fancy stuff unless they've got a juice power up to restore their energy. Save the juice for when your pitchers are starting to go off target. Don't want to give the batters a break out there. Thing about a fireball power-up is you don't have to be too accurate a pitcher. I've never caught up to one of those. Sometimes a good change-up beats all. As long as you can set it up with a halfway decent fastball. A good pitcher uses his best stuff to set up a power pitch for the strikeout. That way you get another power-up out of the deal. This kid on the mound is looking pretty serious. This pitcher's got a real game face on out there. Is that pitcher smiling or grimacing? Either way, it's intimidating. This pitcher's got the batter guessing out there, folks. See the way the pitcher's holding the ball there? It has nothing to do with the pitch he's gonna throw. Really. This pitcher has a way of looking at a batter that's good for at least 3 strikes per game. It's just spooky. It's another fierce at-bat, and the pitcher is in it all the way to the bitter end. Unless the coach swaps him out, of course. When this pitcher takes the mound, most batters stand a little further back in the box. This pitcher's got a good head on his shoulders and a good, solid leather glove on his catching hand. Pitcher's gonna have to buckle down and make some good pitches against this lineup. It's important that the pitcher hit his targets here today, folks. There are some real pros swinging those bats. Some pitches take more out of you, so it's important to choose well. Always a good idea for a pitcher to keep his pitch count down. A good pitcher that uses the juice power-up wisely can pitch an entire game, and that's good for the team. Some coaches like to keep a couple of pitchers on their teams just in case they're bombarded by good hitting. Even the best pitchers regularly give up hits. They just don't give up the important ones. This pitcher looks a lot like the kid who was eyeballing my Nacho Supremo Grande before the game. This pitcher is looking good out there on the mound today, completely color coordinated. This pitcher's got a nice move to first. That's gonna be a power-up, Sonny. Nicely done for a power-up. Those power-ups can really change the outcome of a game. Holy cow, it's a power-up! A power-up well earned. There's a power-up, Sonny. What a play. That'll earn a power-up. Great play. That's a power-up for sure, Sonny. Amazing. Give that kid a power-up. Wow, that was a power-up play if ever I saw one. What a play. It's pure power-up. Man, what a move. It's power-up time. Power-up all the way. No question about that play, Sonny. It's power-up. Give the kid a power-up and a big hand. Nice play. One time, my friend was in the stands and he caught a home run with his hot dog. And that's no joke. Bring a glove to the game, people, or risk losing your dog. I had this game once where I was playing 2 positions at the same time. Not only did I have to pitch and hit, I also had to sell tickets before the game. That was a rough one. I know that compared to the players we're watching here today, I'm pretty much an old fogey, right, Sonny? Ha ha ha! But I'll bet that most of you didn't know that I am officially down with it. Yep, the coolest kid in my school says I'm totally whack. You think the backyard league is tough? You should have seen it in the old days. We had horse chestnut trees in my yard and across the street and in the field. We'd find the biggest chestnuts with the longest thorns. Those were the meanest beanballs in town, let me tell you. Who could ever forget that famous histrionic baseball moment when the mighty Mike McMulligan swung his massive tree trunk bat named Gonk and hit into orbit that big baseball we like to call the moon? The glorious history of baseball always brings a tear to my eye. Back in the day, we had a kid on our team named Gumby Murdoch, and boy, would he get dirty. He would play shortstop and dive for even the most impossible line drives. Talk about giving it 110%. This kid was putting in an average of 365% all season, and at his best was going through 2 complete uniforms per game. Let me tell you about this girl I used to play with back when I was in the league. She was as quick as a cat, so we called her Cat. Or that was really her name, I forget. But she never missed a single game in her entire career. Sometimes she'd be the only one who showed up, but she'd play the full 9 innings anyway. It's a psychological game out there, you know? Sometimes the players taunt each other, but when the game's over, you need to be respectful of your fellow athletes. Take my word for it. Or maybe end up getting stuffed in a trash can, which is no fun at all, I can tell you. A lot of these kids are fresh up from the farm league. They built a bunch of condos on the farm where they used to play, and now the kids keep getting chased out of the parking lot. You call that progress? If all your dreams came true, what would you do next? Because I thought playing baseball was the best ever. But you know, working with Sonny here in the broadcast booth, right next to the concession stand, how could it get any better? It can be tough out there on the field, but no tougher than sitting next to the hot dog rotisserie. The smell wafts right over into the booth here, and they've got all the fixins and chili and nacho cheese. Woo! It's all a guy can do to keep his mind on the relish. The game. One time I was at this game in the stands just behind my home team's dugout, and I was doing my best to keep them in the game by hooting and hollering loud as I could manage. Well, would you believe the lady in front of me turned around and shushed me like we were at the library? All I can figure is she must have been rooting for the other side. Back in the old mudslide league, we had the meanest catcher in the world on our team. We called her Broccoli, 'cause nobody dared ask her name. One time, the whole team had to hold her back when the batter on deck told her to move the bat. Everyone knows that's not the catcher's job. One time, near the end of my career, I was pitching, and I got a line drive hit right back at me. Best to just get out of the way, kids, let me tell you. My finger was going in a really weird direction, but I pitched the rest of the game anyway. I think we lost by about 25 runs that day. Before I got this job in the broadcast booth with my hero, Sunny Day, I used to call the games for dogs down at the shelter where I swept up after my baseball career went south. Boy, I can tell you that nobody appreciates a late-inning comeback like a pound dog. First time I went to a ball game, I got these really warm little baseball booties and a really cool baseball bib. I was really small back then. I hope someday we can play baseball on the moon. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Can you imagine the homers or the ones that got pulled back? I bet you could hit a ball a mile. Hey, if we can put a man on the moon, why can't we put some bases up there while we're at it? One of these days, they're going to build a new stadium that beats all the other stadiums hands down. It would have a giant glass dome and hover lifts that bring you right to your seat. And you could get food without having to leave your seat. And you could even... Well, no. Let's say the bathrooms are never more than one section away. Amazing! Some people think they should hire robots to be the umpires at the ball game because they're perfect and can't make bad calls. But I keep telling these people that there's a guy in there. I mean, there's an actor who plays the robot umpire, right? Boy, that certainly is a confusing subject. Personally, I'm grateful for the infield fly rule. Some days, I even almost wish there was an outfield fly rule. There should definitely be a trash can fly rule, too, and a kitchen fly rule. Yeesh. I know some of the promising young players out there might think that old Abner doesn't have the magic anymore. That maybe good old Grandpa Dubbleplay can't hit one of those newfangled power pitches. Well, I'm here to tell you, what were we talking about? It was about time they changed that pitcher. He was getting tired out there. That substitution was long overdue. Too many fast pitches will throw any pitcher's arm out. I can see why the coach swapped him for a fresh player. It's nice to see a new face on the mound, Sonny. You can call me Abby, Sonny. It's okay if you call me Abby. Extra, 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 read all about it. I am seeing double today. Looks like a double day for double play today. I love playing and commenting about playing and so on and so forth. Sonny, it's a doubly fun day because I get to play and talk about the game at the same time. I love everything about the scrapyard, except the smell. The White Sox once had a little person play for them. He only had one at-bat and he walked. Turns out the pitchers couldn't find his strike zone. I can't believe we're playing baseball in a scrapyard. How lucky can you get? This scrapyard's great, Sonny. You can find all sorts of weird old stuff here. You know, Sonny, this is the only field in the league where you can pull off a squeeze play after the game. Hey, Sonny, do you know what's playing at the drive-in tonight? I think it's Orchard of Dreams. This is one of the most high-tech fields you are likely to see, Sonny. Even the hot dog stand has a retractable roof. I love this park because when you smash the ball all the way to the moon, they can go get it for you. Let me tell you, there's been more than one time in this park when the throw comes in and it turns out to be an apple. I remember one game here during the 7th inning stretch when aliens showed up and tried to abduct the shortstop. I hear this field was voted #1 in our galaxy. And after one heck of a game, we have ourselves a winner. The Meatballs did it. They rolled over the competition to win the championship. After sticking with it all season, the spooky spiderwebs have wrapped up this season, folks. And they've done it. The Grand Salamis have taken the championship. Coming on like a blizzard, the sliding snow cones have won the championship. And that's the game. The Kooky Crow Hoppers are the new champs. And the Mashing Taters have taken it all the way to the championship, where they remain unmashed. It's a potato joke. They did it! The Frozen Ropes have the championship title all tied up. And it's a gigantic game for the championship-winning humongous Melonheads. Another out-of-this-world season for the Venus Flytraps, our new champions. And the Pop Flies have made it all the way to the top. They're the new champions. Well, the poor cheesy meatballs have lost the championship, but their season was nothing to sneeze at. And it looks like the end of the line for the spooky spiderwebs, but it sure has been a heck of a ride. And it looks like the Grand Salamis have played hard, but just not hard enough to take the championship. And here at the end of the season, the sliding snow cones succumb to the heat, letting the championship slip from their grasp. And the Kooky Crow Hoppers lose their footing here in the championship game after a great season. They dug in hard all season, but the Mashing Taters couldn't help being buried by the competition. It was a solid season for the Frozen Ropes, but here in the championship game, they've come up just a bit short. It's a tough break for the humongous Melonheads who played hard all season. They've been deadly, but here tonight the season closes on the Venus Flytraps. And the Pop Flies find themselves falling just short of the championship after a great season. And it's the cheesy meatballs on top by quite a hike. The spiderwebs had this one all wrapped up a while ago. It's a grand day for the Grand Salamis as they flatten the competition. And the sliding snow cones have crushed the competition here today. And it's the kooky crowhoppers on top with a big win. The taters really gave them the works out there today. It was like butter. The frozen ropes stopped the competition in its tracks in today's blowout game. It's the humongous melonheads on top, and they were huge out there today. The fly traps devoured the competition out there today, folks. And the pop flies were unstoppable in today's game. And the cheesy meatballs roll over the competition. It looks like the spooky spiderwebs have hung in there to win the game. It's a tasty win for the Grand Salamis. The sliding snow cones stay cool to win. And it's the kooky crowhoppers on top. And the mashing taters root out the competition to win. The frozen ropes chill the competition to win. It's a juicy victory for the humongous melonheads. And the fly traps close this one out with a win. And it's the pop flies over the competition. And the cheesy meatballs win by a pinch. The spooky spiderwebs just brush by the competition. The Grand Salamis win the game by an extra thin slice. And the sliding snow cones slip ahead to win. And the kooky crowhoppers win it on a wing and a prayer. The mashing taters manage to win by a peel. The frozen ropes pull out a win in this game of inches. It was a squeeze, but the humongous melonheads hang in there to win. It looks like the fly traps have snatched a slim victory from the jaws of defeat. The pop flies win it by a small margin. The cheesy meatballs show the competition what they are made of, taking round one of the playoffs. And the spooky spiderwebs take round one of the playoffs. The Grand Salamis pass the mustard and move on to the second round of the playoffs. The kooky crowhoppers hop ahead of the competition to take round one of the playoffs. And the mashing taters beat the opposing team to win the first round of the playoffs. Leaving the competition out in the cold, the frozen ropes take round one of the playoffs. The humongous melonheads squeeze out the competition to win round one of the playoffs. And the fly traps grab round one of the playoffs and prepare to advance. The pop flies soar to win round one of the playoffs. A cheesy meatball gathers no moss as it hurtles toward the championship series. The spooky spiderwebs are so good it is scary. They've won round two of the playoffs. And it looks like the Grand Salamis are ready to move on to the championship series. The sliding snow cones have the competition for dessert and win round two of the playoffs. Well, folks, it looks like the kooky crowhoppers are headed to the championship series. Looks like the taters have got their eyes on the championship title, folks. And it looks like the frozen ropes are headed straight to the championship series. The melonheads roll through the playoffs and they're headed straight to the championship. The fly traps chomp the competition and are off to the championship. The pop flies soar in round two of the playoffs and land in the championship series. The cheesy meatballs get burnt in the playoffs after a great season. The spooky spiderwebs stuck in there to the very end, but come up short in the playoffs to end the season. After a winning season, the Grand Salamis get eaten in the playoffs. The sliding snow cones experience a meltdown in the playoffs, but only after a great season. It looks like the crowhoppers were too pooped to pop in the playoffs, but what a season they had! After a great season, the taters are peeled in the playoffs. The frozen ropes are shattered as their dream season ends early during the playoffs. It was quite a ride, but the melonheads run out of juice in the playoffs. A great season ends as the fly traps get mown down in the playoffs. The pop flies get caught in the playoffs, ending a great season of baseball. Perhaps not cheesy enough, the meatballs' season ends here in the finals. The spiderwebs get cleaned out here in the finals to end their season. And it looks like the end of the Grand Salamis, eaten alive here in the finals. And it looks like the sliding snow cones couldn't take the heat of the finals. And it's the end of the season for the kooky crowhoppers who lose here in the finals. The taters get french fried here in the finals to end their season. Looks like the end of the line for the frozen ropes this season. The humongous melonheads lose their momentum and are eliminated in finals play. The flytraps are uprooted here in the finals to end their season. The pop flies are smothered in the finals to end their season. After a tough season, the cheesy meatballs are shut out of postseason play. It's a tough break for the spiderwebs, who are eliminated here in the regular season. The Grand Salamis fall short of expectations, ending their season early. The competition was too hot for the snow cones, who failed to earn a playoff spot. After a rough season, the kooky crowhoppers are left to fly south for the winter. The taters were whipped by the opposition, ending their season early. It's been a long season for the ropes, but I'm afraid they've reached the end of the line short of the playoffs. They've fought all season, but the humongous melonheads come up short of the playoffs. Well, that's it for the Venus flytraps, whose season comes to a premature end. A tough end for the pop flies as they are eliminated during regular season play. Say, folks, why not after the game stop by Commander Quasar's Cosmos Camp, where they give you the moon and the stars starting at just $39.95 per person. Seniors and kids always get in free, so bring the whole family along. If you don't have any kids, you can always bring me along. Let me tell you, folks, there is just nothing in this world like sitting in a car watching a movie in the dark with a fresh, juicy, unbearably delicious apple at the Starlight Orchard's drive-in theater. Top movies and top produce make for a star-studded evening out. This game is brought to you in part by your friends at the Squeaky Wheel Oil Change and Creamery, where you can get your car fixed and get a free Scrumalicious Hot Fudge Sundae from the same friendly mechanic. Stop by today. You know, folks, you work hard. You've earned a break today, and you deserve the best. So why not treat yourself? Come on down to the nearest clown car restaurant, where we'll treat you like a king and give it to you your way, because we love to see you eat. You know, folks, after a long, tough game, I used to get real sore. But I learned from the pros and made sure I kept handy the powerful pain prevention of Pine Rider's splinter-proof pants. You can spend weeks on the bench, so don't take chances or a splinter might get you in the end. Hey, folks, don't forget that you can find any kind of widget, gadget, doodad, or what's-it at Stuffin' Things, where they have one of everything. So head down there right now before your stuff is gone. Well, maybe you should wait until after the game. I don't believe my ears! It's a sonic boom! Looks like a sonic boom! And it looks like it's a geyser! Would you believe it? It's a gushing geyser! It's a buttery good Butterfingers Power-Up! My, it's slippery Butterfingers! The infield is hopping after that beautiful jumping bean bunt. It's an unpredictable jumping bean bunt. Would you believe it? That's a rubber bat hit! It looks to me like rubber bat power! Wow, that lightning bat really packs a wallop. It's an electrifying lightning bat hit. Ay, it's a piñata ball. It's the festive piñata power-up. Unbelievable aluminum power. And that is a huge aluminium power hit. What a fang. That is some kind of pitch. And the pitcher tosses a wicked fang. Whoa, boy, that's a slow-motion power pitch. Tough to hold back on that slow-motion pitch. That is the craziest crazy pitch I have ever seen. That crazy pitch sure can be intimidating. Oh my, I do believe I am seeing double with that split ball. It's the new old classic, a split ball power-up. That's a genuine freezer, folks. That's a mighty fine-looking freezer. And it's a beautiful rainbow pop-up. And it looks like a rainbow pop-up pitch. And the pitcher is juicing up and getting right back into this game. That pitcher has got the juice. That fireball is smoking. Mighty tough to catch up to that fireball. Great job. Your team has the best record in the league for the first half of the season, so you're going to the All-Star game as a manager. I'm proud of you. Welcome, folks, to the mid-season break where we are getting ready to play one of the most anticipated games in all of baseball. We're in for one heck of a ride as the best players from both leagues square off in the All-Star game. So let's get right to business and meet your All-Stars. The All-Star game is a rich tradition in baseball, one that all fans know and look forward to. But did you know that the first Backyard League All-Star game was held indoors? That's right. Due to rain, the game was moved from the parking lot to the warehouse of Andy's Candy Factory. It was a sweet, sweet day in baseball history. Perhaps the oddest game in Backyard League All-Star history was back in 1997 when two brothers faced off as managers of the opposing teams. The game ended tied late in extra innings when both managers had to leave the game because they were late for their grandfather's birthday party. It's a great honor to be picked for the All-Star game, whether you're a manager or a player. Perhaps even more respected are the broadcasters of this cherished game. So I'd like to take this moment to thank all the little people who helped me make it here today. Mom, Dad, my cousin Stretch, my dog Potato Chip, the kids at Washington Middle School, and my Grandma May, who taught me how to score a game. We did it! It was an all-star game just like this one when I first encountered the hungry ghost of North Creek Field. I put down my second-inning corn dog to call a play, and when I looked back, it was gone! The same thing happened with my third-inning nachos, my fifth-inning pizza slice, seventh-inning stretched chili dog, and ninth-inning ice cream bar. Some say I enjoyed the game so much that I simply forgot that I had eaten my ballpark treats. But there are others, like my stomach, who say it was the dreaded hungry ghost. Boy, that was scary. And it's a big win for our league, the All-Stars, and especially the coach, who led the team to victory in today's exciting mid-season classic. But most of all, it's a big win for the fans. Give yourselves a big hand. You deserve it. And it's a tough loss for our league, but we can all be proud of the All-Stars and their coach, who gave it 110% and provided us with one of the most exciting games in recent memory. And as always, the fans are the real winners here. Let's have a big round of applause for them. This club has a long and proud history in the Backyard League, having made themselves known as the team with the best record for post-game pizza parties. This team overcame some hardships in their first few seasons when some critics argued that they were simply not cheesy enough. I think it is safe to say these kids proved them all wrong. I gotta say, folks, that I have been a fan of this team from the very start. I have seen some delicious team names in my day, but none more mouth-watering than the cheesy meatballs. Boy, oh boy. Now here is a team that has made their way up in the leagues by focusing on the basics. Nobody catches flies like the Spiderwebs. It was about 3 years ago the Spiderwebs played opening day at the new ballpark, a day that I will not forget. Never before had I been to a park that sold chili in a bread bowl. My whole life changed that day. You gotta hand it to the spooky Spiderwebs. They've gone through several coaches, had star players miss key games because of homework, injuries from yelling too loud, and once the whole team got measles. But like true professionals, the Spiderwebs have stuck to it and hung in there. Now here is a team I can get behind. Perhaps with a couple of slices of rye bread and some mustard. Now that's what I call delicious baseball. This team went through some trouble in the early days of the franchise when they were known as the Lil Liverwursts. It was tough getting folks to come to the games, but since their name change, everyone loves them. I remember seeing the Grand Salamis play back when I was just a little tyke. I didn't like them much then because all I would ever eat were jam sandwiches. Nowadays, they are one of my favorite teams. You know, folks, the sliding snow cones have a fascinating history. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure it had to do with 2 skateboards, a dolphin named Splashy, and an old catcher's mitt. Absolutely amazing. One time, back in the 90s, the sliding snow cones lost a game because their whole pitching staff fell asleep. Of course, that was before the league adopted the designated napper rule. One of the things that stands out when you're talking about the history of the sliding snow cones is, it's a matter of... Say, can you get snow cones at this park? The rainbow kind? For some reason, I am craving a snow cone like crazy. Weird, huh? The Kooky Crowhoppers are one of the newer teams in the league, having joined only a year ago. But as you'll see, these kids play like they've been together for at least 2 seasons. You know, I was at a Crowhoppers game once last year on Free Wiener Day. They had a special hot dog cannon and they were firing Franks up into the crowd. I think that was the best ball game I ever saw. Although they are a young team, the Crowhoppers have something special that you won't find anywhere else in baseball, and that is the word kooky. Makes me laugh every time I hear it. You could say that the Mashing Taters have a real unique history here in the Backyard League. They are the only team in baseball to have fielded a dog at shortstop. Boy, could that dog catch. Unfortunately, he couldn't hit for beans. I think the Mashing Taters are one of my favorite teams in all of baseball. I might even say they were my favorite, if they were called the Buttery Taters, or maybe the Barbecue Beans and Taters, or maybe the French Fries. Doesn't that sound good? I remember the Taters back in '97 were one heck of a team. They had a pitcher named Waffles, a shortstop named Bacon, and a catcher they called Scrambled Eggs. Now that's my kind of lineup. The Frozen Ropes originally played in the Front Yard Baseball League, back before the parents decided the car was getting hit too many times. One of the things I like about the Frozen Ropes is their great dedication to the team. Every single day, the whole group of them gets together to play video games. Now that's what I call teamwork. The Frozen Ropes are one of the few teams in the history of the Backyard League to make it all the way to the playoffs without a pitcher. Don't ask me how, but they did it. You know, folks, the Humongous Melonheads used to be the worst team in baseball. Once, they went a whole season without winning a single game. After I retired, though, they started doing much better. Back when I played for the Humongous Melonheads, we had this really slow kid on the team named Abner Dubbleplay. Oh, wait, hang on a sec. That was me. The Humongous Melonheads are the oldest team in the Backyard League. In fact, they've been around so long that they went a full 2 seasons before there was another team to play against. The Venus Flytraps are another one of the newer teams in the Backyard League, but you never know to look at them. They've got the hats, the jerseys, the gloves. They've got it all. About a year ago, I was at a Flytrap game up in the bleachers, and I think to myself, these guys can't hit for beans. But the next thing you know, a home run comes right at me and knocks my ultra biggie size collector's souvenir soda bucket out of my hands and over the fence. I will never doubt the Flytraps again, let me tell you. The Flytraps are one of my favorite teams because, well, have you ever seen a Venus Flytrap? Those little plants with the little mouths that eat flies? Boy, are those little guys cool. The Pop Flies broke every record in baseball one game when they scored an amazing 47 runs before the other team got even a single hit. Turns out they started the game an hour before anyone else got there. When you look back at the troubles the Pop Flies have had over the years, it always boils down to the same simple problem. Not enough runs. I think they're concentrating more on scoring runs these days. Some teams stand out over the years as fan favorites. The Pop Flies are one of these teams because not only do they sign autographs after every game, they also can help you with math homework. Whoa, what a good thing to do. The cheesy meatballs, the spooky spider webs, the grand salamis, the sliding snow cones, the kooky crow hoppers, the mashing taters, the frozen ropes, the humongous melon heads, the Venus flytraps, the Pop Flies, the cheesy meatballs, the spooky spiderwebs, the grand salamis, the sliding snow cones, the kooky crow hoppers, the mashing taters, the frozen ropes, the humongous melon heads, the Venus flytraps, the Pop Flies, the cheesy meatballs, the spooky spiderwebs, the grand salamis, the sliding snow cones, the kooky crow hoppers, the mashing taters, the frozen ropes, the humongous melon heads, the Venus flytraps, the Pop Flies, the cheesy meatballs got tenderized today. The spiderwebs really got stuck in their own web today. The grand salamis were neither grand nor salami today. They got whooped. It was a complete whiteout for the snow cones. The crow hoppers are really eating crow today. The taters got mashed. There was no pulling away from the ropes today, Sonny. The frozen ropes just froze. The melon heads look like grape heads today, and those heads are hung low. The Venus flytraps look like herbivores today. They just couldn't get at the meat. The Pop Flies had no game today, Sonny. And the cheesy meatballs lose by a pinch. The spooky spiderwebs broke under pressure. The grand salamis needed a little more ketchup today. And the sliding snow cones melted when the game heated up. And the kooky crowhoppers lost by a feather. The mashing taters lost by a peel. The frozen ropes didn't measure up in the final moments. The melonheads needed a few more seeds to pull this one out in the end. It looks like the fly traps lost their appetite under pressure. The pop flies lose by a hair. The cheesy meatballs couldn't muster up enough spice to win this game. It looks like the spooky spiderwebs couldn't pull through for a win. There's no flavor in this loss for the grand salamis. The sliding snow cones couldn't stay cool in this game. Not much hopping by the crow hoppers today. The mashing taters needed some more butter to win this game. The frozen ropes broke under the competition. The humongous melonheads weren't ripe enough for the picking today. The fly traps must have spoiled their dinner before today's game. The pop flies didn't fly today. Greg Maddux, Dontrell Willis, Alfonso Soriano, Albert Pujols, Carlos Delgado, Eric Gagne, Nomar Garciaparra, Mr. Clanky, Barry DJ, Greg Maddux, Dontrell Willis, Alfonso Soriano, Albert Pujols, Carlos Delgado, Eric Gagne, Nomar Garciaparra, Mr. Clanky, Barry DJ, Greg Maddux, Dontrell Willis, Alfonso Soriano, Albert Pujols, Carlos Delgado, Eric Gagne, Nomar Garciaparra, Mr. Clanky, Barry DJ. I love All-Star Game Days, Sonny. It's the one day in the season when I get to see all my favorite players and coaches. I remember all of the All-Star games I played in, if you can count eating nachos as playing. It's a star-studded day, and these two coaches and all-star players are ready to give the fans a real treat. So let's hear it for the kids this summer. I'm a little scared of you, big guy. By any chance, do you double as a soda fountain? If you could be a microwave or a blender, which would make my nachos taste better? Do you ever get worried that humans will take over the world? Mr. Clanky, would you compute pi for me? Then we can have dessert. Get it? It's a math joke. You don't get it. Okay. Tell me, Mr. Clanky, do you like movies about robots? Tell me, Mr. Clanky, is there a Mrs. Clanky? Paperboy is here! Anybody read today's headlines? Anybody got a newspaper or something to read? It's news time! Papers, get your papers! The new papers are here! The new papers are here! Papers, please! Hot off the presses! Tell me, Mr. Clanky, do the words Klaatu, Barada, and Nikto mean anything to you? Extra, extra, read all about it! Abner Dubbleplay! Hey, that's me! Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old backyard.